$2 super. Thank you, Zion. All right, here, guys. We're doing the dance here with that $7 area on EDSA. Clear it is, Zion. 743 high. It looks like it's trying to use 7 here as support. There is, though, that, remember that previous area of resistance, 683 on a wick basis? It looks like it's wicking into that. Look at these 2 wicks here, both of which catch hands at 685. It was 683 area high, so the TA steps in again. Now, my concern is we need to make some higher highs, not just hold up a previous area of resistance. I would say 7.25 changes the trend on the 1 here, Zion. That would move up above these 2-3 candles over here. I hope everybody prints. Ozan, do you want to test my AI concierge chatbot? Yes,
Send it on,
I don't know. Hold on,
it.
do you know that this kid on TikTok made this hilarious AI? So he connected it to cameras.
Yeah.
So there's visuals. The point of this, though, was to get him to clean his apartment. I guess he was a bit of a slob, and so his kitchen would always be dirty. So
okay, so sorry, repeat
hold on,
this
I'll get to it.
No, repeat one more time. So he made it this AI.
So there's an AI computer,
yeah,
and then he connected cameras to it, like webcams,
okay,
right? Like regular cams that connect to a computer. And then he put one in his living room, what camera that is.
Yeah.
Another one in his kitchen,
yeah,
etc.
Yeah.
Anytime he left anything out that he didn't put back, like he didn't put it in the sink, he didn't put it back in the fridge, whatever. Anytime there was a mess, you'd hear like this hilarious like robot voice, hey, hey, and he would keep doing that until you acknowledged him and be like, why is the kitchen dirty? Why haven't you done the dishes? And apparently he sold a ton of these things all on TikTok. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I thought it was pretty good.
Shout out to
anybody know this? Anybody see this on TikTok, or is it just me?
I'll tell you, I'd be throwing that thing out the window real quick if I heard that in the other one.
How about you just keep your...
I'm a relatively clean individual as well, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? But like, I don't need it. I have robot telling me that I left a dish.
You saw that one, Fabian? It watches your posture.
Oh, yeah,
it'll slap you in the back of the head if you screw up. No, I just don't think that I need something to tell me to clean. I like to keep my organized.
Matt, hella organized over there.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't even really got anything on your desk there.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the point. I like it minimalist.
You minimalist? Okay.
Yeah, the office is the same way. Like dude, the second bedroom, the gym, and the office is one room for me, which is the second bedroom.
Okay.
You think that there'd be a lot of clutter because 3 in 1.
Yeah. No.
Take a picture one day. All right, guys. See that, Joey?
Yeah. Oh, I see it.
We got another 3 in the bank there for the Katina man. All right, for Joseph and I. It was a good day. Good day. I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. You're still in the tree. That's Katina man. He's long P triple Qs.
I'm not in anything.
All right, guys. We're throwing it over to the big boys. I think everybody's sick of us. Take care,
Neil
guys.
gave the chicken an 8.2.
What? Welcome, everybody. We've been ending it off with like Neil gave the chicken an 8.2. Like that's some kind of a problem.
He's hating on you. That's an extremely high. Like
red curd.
That is like you don't
tasty. What did you think? I thought
chicken a little dry. Like I'd go. Mine would start probably with low 7s.
Mine was actually.
But it was the taste was good.
Yeah.
No, nothing. The lunch was great.
Mine was cooked good. Like it didn't feel like it was overcooked.
No. Yeah. No. It's 8 is just high. But I agree. It was a good lunch. So.
But I was also gonna say something about this whole like TikTok. Did you see that TikTok video?
Yes.
Look, man, the only thing that I watch on TikTok.
Right.
Is myself, is us. That's right. Shout out to everybody that is also watching Trader TV live on TikTok. Now it's gonna, if I leave it on here, it's gonna do that thing where it just keeps on showing over and over again. And I see people in the chat there as well. Want to appreciate all of our viewers. Shout out to Tyler in the chat. We got DJ, Vinny, Enrique, a whole bunch of other ones. So shout out to all of you guys watching us on TikTok. But no, I was also saying that whole like slap you if you do something wrong AI, that's a stand-up gag for like weight loss. Where it's like you hire a person or get an AI to slap the food out of your hand. I don't know the
AI. That did it. Are you gonna get Optimus to do that?
No, the original gig I think was like a comedian said you hire a person to slap the food out of your mouth. What?
How could you slap?
If you hire the person
how could you slap?
to slap the food out of your hand, you can't get sued. Like that's their job.
Depends if they slap you
How
too hard.
can she slap me?
I mean, you could hire Will Smith. I mean, there's lots of different people that have a lot of, experience slapping people.
Did you know that
I did not.
it was like Marlon Wayans or one of the Wayans brothers was hosting an award show years and years ago, and was doing an impression of Chris Rock hosting an award show, and I forget who it was.
So this is before it happened.
Yeah, way before it happened, and in part of the act, someone comes up on stage and slaps him. You can look it up on YouTube. So I guess sometimes
Seems rough.
Maybe so. Will's even plagiarizing that stuff. He can't even be creative when he's trying to commit assault.
That was interesting.
Saying, yeah, well, they shouldn't have given that guy a standing ovation after he assaulted somebody, but
Yeah, well, whatever. This is entertainment.
Truth.
Yeah, so we Sirens up. So we just hit back-to-back jacks here. Like there it was, there, boom. There it was, there, boom. We didn't get out at the very top. Wish we were sitting here when that had happened. I came right back almost immediately. We got back from the gym there, and but we just sat there at the low of the day and took it. We have our stop in, did not break. Right in there, 48.90 high of day. We actually have a good high of day print there as well. But getting a little bit out, bouncing off VWAP, watching out for this futures trade right now. That's what we're doing. I was just playing around with Joe there, but yeah, we're really happy with Marvell's return. Look at this. We were short Tesla and out. That's still down 1.6. Market about down 1%, but the names to the upside today are actually, it's just been a good day for the long-term account or for, investing account today because Marvell's up 20%. That's one that's in the account. IoT's in the account. That's up 18%. And then you guys all know that we have Big Bear AI. Also, that's up 7%. So those combined are really nice. But then another name that I have, Eli Lilly, broke below $1,000, and now that's okay. It's still up. It was a little worse this morning at 960, so I didn't know if it had recovered. So that's a nice name. And then I don't know, man. I know Joe has the banks, and I own the banks, and the banks aren't good again. Right now, it's JP Morgan, 3 straight down days, bouncing off that 300, now down to 286, getting lower. And then Robinhood, haven't bought any yet, but think we'll have to step into some Robinhood at some point here. Down 3% again. That's the same percentage it was down when I looked earlier. So, yeah, and then the one that's an absolute moonshot, again, another big holding. Like, this is just going to feel weird because the market feels bad, but we've got some good stocks that we're holding on to, including right here, Palantir. As there it goes, man, up 5%. Just look at the VWAP, 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 no VWAP, and straight upside for Palantir today, 160. What a couple days, man, for Palantir. What a couple 2 weeks. 130 just back February 25th. Turned the corner on the month, and boom, huge move up for Palantir over the last little while. So there's been, definitely, if you're playing strength, those are the names that I think you'd want to look for. And I didn't look at, I don't know if you've traded silver today. I have not even really looked at it, but it's pretty strong as well. Look, there's the 200, and there's VWAP. So starting to go to the upside on silver. We're going to try to figure out, like, we'll be asking you guys what...
XLF loss is...
I know.
It's breaking down.
The financials are... I mean, I don't know. I'm assuming SoFi is getting clapped, too. But
no, SoFi, it only just recently broke trend.
Okay.
SoFi for most of the day, actually, yeah, for most of the day, SoFi...
SoFi's so good?
Been going up, and then it broke the trend here, maybe not recently, like 20, 30 minutes ago, and it's trying to consolidate off of that trend break. But relative to... Like, you pull up the XLF, on the other hand, whatever. The XLF is going to look exactly like JP Morgan did, so it's kind of be the same thing. No, but it's not looking that great for the financials. You've lost that support again at 51, and every single time that it's regained $51, you've made a lower high. That's not good. Last time I checked, if you're making lower highs into the same area, you're probably looking for another leg down under the 200. I think we got to get patient with this. But again, there is some strength out there in the market. It just doesn't happen to be over with them. Want to have some eyeballs on Netflix this afternoon. We'll get ready for Sharif when he does a rundown.
Take your time.
We're back above VWAP here on Netflix. So it looks like that one could be interesting. There was also a small capper. Shoot, I was just looking at it. It was this. So I don't think I don't know if QURE got mentioned in the midday. I don't think it was, but I know I hadn't really seen it. This was like some gene therapy stock that is, like, how's that for a chart? They've made one of the most absurd charts that I've seen today on a daily. Like, I say like a habitual line stepper where it just gets reversed every time it makes an up move. This thing has like death candles for the shorts and the long, so worth watching maybe this QURE, because for a stock like this, when they're up 37%, there's room for it to do like anything when a stock is this volatile. And if it's in gene therapy, then you know like the upside and downside for those is ridiculous. They're like, might as well think of them like quantum stocks a lot of times. We're ready for the rundown, so let's go to the desk. Sharif, get prepared quick.
Sharif. Alert.
Welcome, everyone, to the afternoon rundown, the show where we decide what we talk about every afternoon. Happy Friday to everybody. The big boys, Neil and Sean, they are locked in, they're loaded, and they're ready to look at the tickers as decided by you. But the only way to get your tickers on the afternoon rundown, you got to join us in the chat anytime after 8 a.m. and vote for your favorite tickers. You need to throw in, though, that $ before you vote. Otherwise, your vote does not register. Let's look at all four major averages. They're all in negative territory, but off the lows. The triple Q's down about 0.4%. The SPY down 0.92, looking to go on one here. The Dow is down 1%. The DIA, of course, and then the IWM Russell 2000 ETF faring the worst of the four major averages, down 1.9%. Gold and silver, gentlemen, are green on the day after starting, the pre-market low. Silver up 3%, gold up 1.87. MobX, though, is the first ticker as decided by you guys. This one just made an intraday high of 133, still below that 150, boys. It's still trading higher after they received a new production order for components used in Gulfstream aircraft.
Oh, MobX, of course. MobX, what is dead may not die. So we during the lesson of the day, well, actually, no, it was after. I think it was after the lesson of the day, we were talking about the chicken, and then MobX. This was just about as clean of a break of the $1 level as I think you're going to ever see. So yesterday, it was about as useless breaking out over $1, because after the open, a buck was a huge resistance. Like, it kept failing the $1 level over and over again. Every time you thought it would go, it didn't. It did the same thing at the open today, flushing, lulled everyone to a false sense of security if you were short, and then when it finally broke the $1, it broke VWAP at the same time, it broke $1, and then off to the races. I think that's a unique setup. I don't know if I've ever seen something that had this type of consolidation and then the $1 was right at the volume-weighted average price. Like, everything sort of lined up, and then the timing of it to go was almost perfect. Seems like it's on the other end now, because you've already you pressed into some prior highs here at 130, and it did break a little. It's a broken trend on the 15-minute as well. But if it can hold on to, like, this higher low is about 110 to 115. If it can hold on to that, there might be a second salvo. The volume, it's still doing 200 million shares. It's the lowest volume day it's had this week, outside of, I guess, Monday, because it wasn't really trading on Monday. But it's still going to do 250 million shares. So I think you should keep this one on the radar for the small cappers. Just maybe look for the volume-weighted average price somewhere in here for a little bit of a bounce play, 110 to 115, and then maybe you can get back to the upside. Yeah, crazy stock.
The only thing I'm trying to break is NHL trade rumors here, because I'm waiting, man. It's 2:15. We have 45 minutes to see if I don't mind if the Maple Leafs don't do anything. Actually, I mean, I think there's a couple guys that we have that we can keep for a minute if we don't get anything from McMahon, but that doesn't really matter for now. Just talking
Joe
about.
Doesn't apparently Joe.
I got to get Joe's. I just got to get Joe's reaction to the chicken in a couple seconds. All right, so because he was hating on the 8.2. Yeah, give him a second. No, take your time, man. I want you to enjoy the meal and then give your ratings. Here. Oh, are you ready to go already?
Always gonna hate on it.
I was about to do.
Go, Neil.
Okay. Here we go.
I sent you a DM. Did you see what I said?
Hold on a second.
This is very anticlimactic.
This is like, honestly, I don't even really know what to say. What I'm gonna do? No, brother, hold on one second.
Insane.
You gotta watch at least 100 of Dave Portnoy's rating of pizza, and then base your scale off of this. And 8.2. Listen, I know listen.
Why do I care about somebody else?
No, that's why that has nothing to do with Dave Portnoy.
I get that, but we have to tell the people the truth. And
also, Neil's
8.2 is an absurd rating.
That's your opinion. What the hell do I... Okay, first of all, you probably like pineapple on pizza. I don't. Like,
it's absurd.
A person can only give their own opinion. An opinion is entirely useless if it's meant to just simply conform to what other people think.
Tara's over here.
Straight up
saying it's not an 8.2.
Straight up.
Joe, I just want to know what your rating
Y'all, you didn't even like the fried chicken, bro.
You don't want to know what my rating is.
Yes, I do.
You ain't never had apple pie.
So you're not rating
I can't
that.
trust a man who's never had apple pie.
We're not talking about apple pie right now.
Joe, Adara, will you man up? Will you man up and give a rating?
Yeah, I mean, I just told Joe I agree with him. I would give it like a 5. Nah, 5's too high.
Out. 5's too high.
Yeah.
Wow, Neil. Neil has lost all credibility.
Dry. I can't chew it. It's getting stuck in my teeth.
I was going to say a 4.6.
I hate to be you.
I was going 4.6.
Yeah, okay.
4.6.
Yeah, and Adara came.
Okay, so Joe and I, if you average it, it's 4.7. Let's average our review.
Mine was tasty. Mine wasn't actually dry at all.
Dude, you have no
Had the right
different
amount of
food.
flavor.
Better chicken than us.
I probably did get a better chicken.
Guys, the chicken is just all made the same and dumped into a thing. It's literally scooped.
Mine was
to
just
everybody. So,
Straight
okay,
up.
so Neil's giving it an 8.2. We have a 4.6. I gave it a 7. I give it yeah, I said low 7s. I thought it was okay. The taste was okay. Like for me, I thought it was pretty tasty. And you mix it with the rice.
Oh, of course.
I don't know. For me,
Look, man, I'm a fan of red curry. So like red curry's delicious.
Yeah,
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Straight up. Straight up. Now, Fruit Loops. Okay, so you guys didn't hear.
God damn.
Fabian just said, did you guys notice a Fruit Loops aftertaste in the red curry chicken? I love red curry.
it's not as good as the red curry my wife makes, but it's for a catered red curry.
Yeah.
I mean, look, if I got this as a takeout, I probably wouldn't order it again. But
You have to
oh my
understand.
God, now
like,
these guys are talking
oh boy.
about Fruit Loops over here.
Okay, now it's back to
all right, so just real quick, man. Tricks are for kids. But right into here, you can see just on the futures, we just took another out. We haven't really been able to break this 48.60. So just if you guys are watching and paying attention to what I'm trading, which maybe nobody is anyways, but right into there, just seeing a top over the last hour or so for the futures. This is a 1-minute chart. So we just got out a couple times. Those are the last couple outs. Right there that I've had. We took some out at the 50, some at the 200. Pretty nervous that this weekend, like I don't want to hold anything. Well, we can't, we're prop, but I mean, I was just gonna say like, it'd be nervous to hold stuff over the weekend if you're swinging something, but not that there's much risk, but over the weekend, anything could wind up happening. So I was just gonna say like, although it's only 217, I'm not worried about getting out of this position. Yeah, we still got 2 hours till this market closes. Just want to let everybody know that, like, you know, you got to start to think about potentially getting a little lighter on some of your positions. I don't know where this market's going to go in the last, hour and a half. If anything, I'm thinking, like, who wants to hold shares into the weekend? I could see some people de-risking a little bit, so risk off there. And so, yeah, for me, just a couple outs there. We're getting lighter and lighter on this position. All right, Sharif. Maybe Kellogg's or Quaker is the next one, so we can discuss cereals again. But
General Mills,
let's go see General Mills. Yeah, good one. Let's go find out what's next there. Fruit Loop red curry. This is the greatest thing.
That doesn't even make any damn sense.
I've ever. At least it didn't taste like tilapia, right?
That just tells me, like, what is wrong with your taste buds?
Ouch, Joe.
Fruit Loops? Fruit Loops?
All right, let's go over to Sharif, and then, I don't know, Sharif, you haven't had the lunch yet, I don't think.
No, I'll give a rating, but I haven't had one yet. Palantir, boys, up over 5% into that 160 3/4. Couple of headlines today. Percepta AI, which was formed by former employees of Palantir, has been blocked from poaching employees from their former employer using its data. A Manhattan judge ruled today. Separately, there is, of course, the tie-up here between the Department of War and Anthropic. And Palantir's Maven system, boys, still relies on Claude, but doesn't really look like anybody's worried about that. 5 1/5 in Greensville, Palantir.
Just remember this. If a death cross on the daily chart is followed by a breakout style trade, it's just even better. Because anybody that likes the death cross, which is a 50 period crossing down over the 200 period, this is the flash of the death cross on this day, right here. And then the next day, Palantir breaks the trend line and breaks out the 140 resistance level and goes right into both major moving averages. And the reason I like it is anybody that takes that short is getting stopped out into your move. And then anybody who's been riding the short is getting stopped out into that move. It is going to head into the, like 162 is the 200-period moving average. So that seems like theoretical resistance this afternoon if it gets up there. So I suppose that would be a nice little ceiling for Palantir. There's a lot of themes at work here. Recovery trade for anything software AI related. Defense theme also works in this particular case to continue to go. And then from a technical standpoint, that also looked good here today.
I wanted to get Brendan involved in the rating, but I don't want to start anything between everybody. Look, I really like Palantir. I mean, their deal's already secured with the government. They could use Claude, or they could use, I don't know what they're going to use, Llama or whatever. Palantir, I think the U.S. government they keep getting contracts. So for me, it makes a lot of sense this is happening. From what I've seen, and again, like, I don't know why this war is going to last 4 or 5 weeks. Like, all the videos that I'm seeing seems to be like just a complete annihilation of, all these bunkers and the bunker busters. They sent something like a couple 2,000-pound, like, bunker buster bombs last night. I was watching CNN, like, when the kids were in bed there, and I was just like, there's nothing going on. So I threw on some CNN, and they just showed, like, anyways, so just the exact science and like just sort of the radar systems and the ability to get information on where, and this is why I like Big Bear AI and Palantir and a lot of these names, all the defense names, really, the technology is just so good. And then you pair it now with these large language models, and look, it's easy. I mean, I kind of feel that when we watch Palantir, like, when it's down here, everybody's calling, and myself included, like, I ain't buying this down here. I'm looking for lower. So I didn't hear anybody say that this is a buy down there. But, the market is upside. And I think now that it's given us a little bit of a spot there to go on, because when it's falling like this, like, to stand in front and take it there, you don't do that. But maybe you do it in like a week later when it's bouncing sort of off 130 maybe and showing you that it wants to hold. So I do think that there's some legitimacy to this level now. So for me, I'm not getting out of anything. The last time I got out at 175, it's probably going to be like there on Monday. So, didn't reload it. Not the greatest trading for me, but I like the stock. It still continues to be one of the biggest holdings for me, despite getting some out up here. Looks like Nvidia up here, doesn't it? Like, it breaks out on its earnings, then comes back in. So I think the next time we get to 180 to 190 on Palantir, which I really think is a couple weeks away, then we pair off some more shares, and then just buy it back if it gets to the downside again. So yeah, I think war, which I guess it is, I don't know why I'm doing the air quotes,
It's war,
is now a completely different game. And I think Palantir fits right in. It's unfortunate that that's what we have to talk about, but I think it's the right play at the right time, and Palantir continues to work. So unfortunately, there has to be winners and losers in this environment, and I think Palantir has sort of crowned itself as a winner right here. Did you say we got a note? I saw something on the screen.
No,
about Republicans.
It was basically just.
Can you go back to Sharif if he has it?
Yeah, go ahead. He's probably got it.
Deal. It's just key Republicans call for a quick confirmation for incoming Fed Chair Kevin Warsh. Love to see how that all goes there. Next on the list is Big Bear AI, up into the highs, moving into 440 here, up over 8%. No real news on Big Bear AI. They reported obviously on March 2nd, so this could be a post-earnings pop, guys, up over 8%.
IoT, what were we talking about? Oh, Big Bear?
It could be.
Big Bear made the list, baby.
It could be, but
go.
I don't know. It seems almost like this is like, we had a day today where you had a lot of smaller cap style runners, and it looks like it just got pretty technical once it started breaking. One of those long consolidation sort of breakout plays, potentially. But the crazier thing about it is, if you look at that consolidation the last 3 weeks on this, it would make you think that that's not really, like, you've basically gone like a stage one from here, about the 420 level to 440. Right, like there's your rounded bottom. So sure, if you got it early from 4 o'clock, but if you look at the last couple of weeks, it's the 420 break. It's only gone 20 cents from there, and these highs are like 5. So like to complete that move, maybe you want to go to a daily chart to see it. To kind of complete this rounded bottom breakout, you're looking at like the $5 level. So I think that would be key this week or next week. Hold 420 today, look 5, because that's the obvious spot where you have some resistance. on there for BBAI. I think that's what you'd pay attention to. For this afternoon, it's actually a pretty good candidate for a VWAP, a retracement. Here's the thing to pay attention to for which maybe sets it apart from some other names that you might be looking at. It's not crazy volume, but look how stable the volume has been since about 1050. So it's held up. It's not doing crazy moves or crazy volume, but it is pretty solid. Like there's been no real huge drop off. Obviously the open is always going to be bigger, but that's not bad. So I think if it maintains that, then VWAP can be a thing this afternoon. But I think next week, as long as it closes above 420, technically looks pretty good there on BBAI. Lots of squeezes today.
Yeah, 420 is the price that I'm in at. And I mean, look, we just, we've done really well on BBAI, but we got to get the next round, right? We got to get like the next push on this. We only did well right on this move higher there, or one of these anyways, and got out at 850 was the best. And I'm looking to do the same thing again here. You know, this is a name that, this went right back into here. So unlike Palantir, this name fell pretty good. Well, like Palantir, this name fell, but unlike Palantir, it actually went right into the lap of a great opportunity. We've seen support down there before. Like I said, they turned EPS positive. They did not. They were minus 1 cent. We were looking for the EPS, but they didn't get it. And I think next quarter they do. And you know, more good talk about Big Bear AI and some of the safety. You know, what they're doing is the body scanners, and you know, when you cross the border, some of those machines that will scan through the trucks to see what's, you know, what's the integrity of the truck. And so anyways, that's what Big Bear is doing. Heat scanners. They also do, you know, when you go to the airports and you go through those scanners, body scanners, that's a Big Bear AI product as well. But anyways, like it, I think I'll actually buy some more if we can get into $4. So my price is 420. We really like Big Bear AI here. So yeah, up another 8%. Let's just let it go. I really think the next, you know, first spot out, I think you can get something out at $5. That'll give us 20%. And then after that, we just roll it higher. I think Big Bear AI can go. I think this is just the beginning. And as Neil mentioned, volume's starting to pick up on it. So people getting interested in a 25% short float. I mean, I like Big Bear AI, guys. So I don't know what to tell you, but Big Bear AI for me is a winner.
All right, RCAT, guys, up 7.5, trying to bounce off that $16 area. No news on this one today, but I want to bring to your attention a headline that just came in. The FAA and the Pentagon to conduct high-energy laser tests this weekend on counter-drone defensive systems. The U.S. military reports. The reason I bring that up, of course, is RCAT is a drone company. This is the only headline I could find. There's a bullish option flow detected on RedCat with about 36,000, a little bit less than 36,000 calls trading. About 7 times the expected and implied volatility, which is increasing about 17 points, guys. It's the March 6th weekly $15 puts and the March 6th weekly $16 calls that are the most active options, with a total volume of about 5,500 contracts, up over 7%.
Yeah, well, you could see the gravity pulling it back to that 16 level a little bit earlier. So I guess we care more about so these guys down, but the Tomahawk stock, MobX, just continues to, MobX going higher, as that's about to hit the high of the day. And RCAT, for all of the strength this morning, it did not hang on more or less at all. But you know what? This has been going well for RCAT. This is not something where it's been pump and dump. It's got pretty good structure to it. And you can see very distinctly, since it broke out, it's been doing this at the highs. Like when it presses into the teens, there have been pullbacks. But the good thing about it is each pullback has resulted in higher lows. When it retests and fails, that's a higher low than that one. And when it tested here, that's a higher low, and then we get the high again. So each time it breaks and fails the high, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with an uptrend that fails it pulls back in the high, so long as it's doing this. Puts in a higher low and then goes again. And at some point, usually when you have this kind of a trend, you want to see it hold above the top. That hasn't happened yet for RCAT, but it's got the right theme on it. For sure. I don't know what to give you for it today, because like that's pretty nasty. It's well under VWAP. There was a bit of a death candle here already. Just like actually, literally as we were coming on at 2 o'clock, although I guess we came on a couple of minutes after that, RCAT was really giving it up. And I don't know if it was some kind of, I don't recall there being, it's on volume too. Maybe it was just technical. I don't recall there being a reason why that would have happened on RCAT. So I don't necessarily want to be short a defense name going into the weekend. So, and this doesn't really look like a long. There's better small cappers out there. If you want to play a defense name that's a small capper that's running, MobX is trending higher. I don't know what to make of this at all.
Did you look at AVAV? Is that doing anything? Because that's a different.
It was.
Was it down again?
Not really.
Oh no, it's up.
Oh.
What do you mean? 7%?
Well, okay. Well, the last time when I last looked at it, it was flat, which was this morning.
Nice
Like this morning was exactly flat. So why is Arcat? So why did Arcat get smoked like this then?
Exactly. Because it's our truth. Shout out to WWE. Okay, look at this. The TQs right now. We just got another piece out right there as we go up to 48.50. And now we'll wait to see what's going on with this trade. I'm going to put another piece right there at 48.57 or 58 right there. There's a really good documentary on Netflix about the WWE, and that's what I just watched the one with our truth in there as well. It's called behind the scenes, something Unreal or something like that. But anyways, that's cool. Go find it on Netflix. And speak about Netflix right now, NFLX. Let's have a quick little look over there. Yeah, 90, 99. Nice move there. Where did we just bounce off of? I thought we saw some good levels there for Netflix. Yeah, $98 basically held all afternoon. So good little level. We'll see if it can break through. $100 right there. Look, we've already talked about this. I've worn my South Carolina hat a couple of times. Unfortunately, I've looked into it. The current governor did phone me and did offer me some position, but once he realized I had no U.S. blood or anything like that, unfortunately, that disqualifies me from becoming the governor or anything involved there. I apologize for that one.
Arnold wasn't.
I know there's a lot of
He wasn't.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like I thought Arnold. I should have used Arnold as an example because I think he wound up getting U.S. citizenship. So I gotta.
He did.
Yeah, and unfortunately we can't really do that here. And then there was another one here. What's up to Dog in the Fight? Right here. Yeah, I know. I'm going to. So it's almost that time
next week
for full self-drive. So we'll get some full self-drive, and I'll give a full review on that one, and then I'll just build a show for it right now. No, but that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get some full self-drive, put it in, and let you guys know what we think of it. My wife is excited to grab that as well. I really love driving the car, but I can put it on full self-drive for everybody and give a shot for Tesla. Charging, well, it's full now, but with the price of gas these days, it feels like it's a good decision to grab.
Ain't going down anytime.
Ain't going down anytime.
That's how they get you. Like whenever there's an oil price shock, look how quickly it affects things at the pump, and then when things calm down or eventually are resolved, let's see how fast it is to come back down. And where it settles is always higher. That's just how it is.
I'm also going to rely on everybody in the chat to let me know if there is any major trades in the NHL. So keep it posted. All right, back over to the desk with Sharif.
Last one, guys. PRSO, PRSO, up 107 and change, moving up big after the Israeli defense contractor Intact selected its 60 gigahertz millimeter wave technology for a military drone identification system, of course, for the electronic warfare environments. Analysts did maintain a buy rating on this one with a 338 price target. It's up big on the day, trying to hold up above $1.50.
So, but all I can say, I like Prosecco. That can be good. We'll call this that, I suppose. There's a time and place for it. Volume, fantastic, but look at the volume. I'm crossing my arms here because look at the volume on this. Like I have a bad feeling when the volume really dies down this much. It can lull you, but at least it gave you one of these patented breakouts. So I think what you look for here, I suppose, is kind of hope if you're really trading this. MobX is actually moving. This isn't. You'd be looking for it to just hold, catch a volume spike, and then try to join. As long as the volume picks up, you could have joined it in here. And if it doesn't do a volume spike, then you don't touch it. You probably maybe even look for some kind of a short in PRSO. And this is not like some of the other charts we've shown you. This is a pump and dump. Historically, like hold, and it's got a great, line that it's holding. But show me a time where it actually sustained a move and then started into an uptrend. It hasn't done it, and when it's that type of a stock, you got to be really careful looking for more than just a scalp trade or shorting some kind of a crazy pop, which was probably what you need to do early when it failed the high. That's now done. So yeah, PRSO not that interesting. If you're a small cap trader, on what planet do you like PRSO instead of being involved in MobX? Would be my question.
I was going to ask Sharif about the chicken over there, but he's popping some eggs over there. So I don't know yet. He's got those.
Still?
Eggs. He's got those eggs going on.
From this morning.
Yeah, well, he didn't have them. They're just sitting there, and he's going to have some more of that. So we'll get some ideas on the lunch in a minute.
One enough.
Yeah, look, great day trading today. I feel like if you were patient enough to do that, I want to look at Occidental here just a little bit. So we had written down 54 long. Yo, what's up? NMAX has been recovering off bottom in Fox A. Okay, we could definitely have a checkout on that because we know you have Paramount, Warner Brothers, Fox, Netflix, Disney, all these sort of content providers do now have a little bit more something to base themselves off of, right? If Warner Brothers is worth this, then maybe they're worth that. We know that Netflix walked away at a certain price. So I feel like there's a lot of that is getting sorted out a bit, but there it is. So we can look at that. NMAX has been recovering off bottom and Fox A beginning to follow suit. So that's Newsmax. We can have a quick little look in a minute. And again, thank you for overthinking Bear. And I don't think you're overthinking that at all. I mean, I think you're in the right space trying to figure out where the value might be in a lot of that. All right, so nice move down there for Occidental. We got stopped out immediately. It was literally the same. These are 1 minute candles. So once it broke 54, we gave it 10 cents, 54.90, 53.90 breakout, and that was it. And that was a pretty good fill too, because that's 54.03 or something. So we take a 15-cent hit, pretty easy day there on this stock, and don't have to worry too much about it now. But nice trend higher here. Looking to possibly think about it blowing out on the top side is Occidental. You know, maybe taking out that 54.50 area is a good possibility for sure. But yeah, if you want to look at, well, let me check out what Fox A is doing. That's a name that we've never even looked at, you know, around here. So wow, yeah, nice move there. Yeah, so like we were saying, obviously once there was some sort of a consideration for Netflix dropping that bid, I guess, now they're starting to move upside. But this is not Fox. I thought Fox was already Fox Corp. Okay, this is Fox Corp because Disney already bought all the rights to all the Fox stuff, I thought. So I don't know what's up with that. And then the other one you said was NA. So I just got to do more work. I mean, yeah, so at least we were right. This was Newsmax. Yeah, so some nice bump ups here recently. Yeah, wow. I mean, look, you got that horse sense to take another thing from Jim Cramer. Like, you nailed that Newsmax right there off that lows. And this was, you saw where it was coming from. This was a relatively new IPO there. So this must have split a bunch of times. Let me just go NMAX over here and get it off E-signal so I can get a little bit of a better look into this. Because I do remember when this came out. Yeah, so, I mean, yeah, did it split? I don't know. I'm not even showing a split on here. Is this true? I think I remember something like that really popping, but I don't know, man. So it IPOs around 15 bucks.
I don't remember that.
Somehow goes, yeah, no, there was something. Somehow goes to 240 and back. So this is without a split. So, you know, we may have to drop an anchored VWAP or something on this bad boy because it does seem like Newsmax right here finally breaking through your 50-period moving average. That looks like a good trade. So that most recent high, 10 bucks. I think you can get there, man. This is going to be an interesting one to look up. Like, interested to see the float and everything there. So good talk about Newsmax. We'll see if there's an interesting story behind that or what.
Speaking of stories, there's been a few questions about this from 2 New York Cent and a few others about potential additions to the S&P 500. So there is a chance, and Derek confirmed this because she always confirms our news around here, that you can see somebody added to the S&P or announced tonight, after market, usually about 5 o'clock or so is when it happens, that they would be added to the S&P 500. If you go to the betting markets, which were these were really good in terms of accuracy last year when we'd have potential additions. And it's Vertiv right now that leads at 72%. SoFi is number 2 at 30. And all the SoFi shareholders like myself are would hope that it would be SoFi. But right now it's by far Vertiv. And it's been like this all week, that Vertiv has been number 1. And Adam says SoFi going into the SP 500. Not today, VRT is. So look, the betting markets suggest that tonight we'll probably hear Vertiv. And at some point this year, we'll likely hear SoFi.
It's not necessarily a great thing that it's going into the S&P 500. I mean, we could check out AppLovin, we could check out some of those other places.
They usually sell the news.
Yeah, you'll play the move higher, but then the question is anybody going to sell it? Like when SoFi gets back to 28 bucks, like goes up 40% from here, Are you actually going to sell it? Because that's probably going to be
It worked on Uber.
the S&P high. No, I'm saying, but does anybody want to sell their shares? Because you could pull back in. So I like it as a catalyst, but I'm not. I don't. For me, it's indifferent. I don't.
I
really
wouldn't
care.
be betting that it's going to happen.
Yeah, I'd rather just get up there, and because
What
you
makes
do
it
get
good,
such
though?
a strong fade, right? Like look at AppLovin.
What makes it good, though, is SoFi is exactly the kind of name that if it goes in, I think that would make a quality imbalance trade. Like sometimes symbols going in don't have enough hype or like retail love around them.
Yep.
That'll be the type of name where, trust me, that when it actually goes into the index, that Friday or whatever, that 15 minutes at the close should be, or I guess 10 minutes at the close. It used to be 15 when we started. That's why I probably would still make that mistake. The last 10 minutes will be pretty exciting, but it looks like Vertiv. Let's go to Adara. I think we have some news.
No, I was, the Fed speak ended at like 1:30, so we haven't had any. I was just going to say with regards to this inclusion, there's always the possibility, and I think it's worth noting because this already actually happened last year, that they don't name anybody. So even if tonight is the night where we get the rebalance announcements, there is a very real possibility that they just decide not to move anyone from the index. That is just something I want to remind you guys as well. And if that is the case, they will make an announcement just saying, hey, there's no announcement tonight. So either way, you'll get, if it does happen tonight, we'll get some kind of news either way. So you'll know if it happened or not. But of course, if I hear anything, I'll keep you posted. Usually this comes at around 5, so it's going to happen well after we're off the air, if indeed it does happen at all. Back to you.
Right. Let's just keep on going. That Newsmax is really, really interesting. All right, just because not bored of anything here, but like we got to wait for something to happen. I mean, another out there on the queues. All we could really be doing is reloading that, but I don't want to. Because if I reload it and I lose it, then I'm going to give back some. So I don't really, I'm just going to keep getting out. And if we lose the bid, we lose the bid. Let's look for something else. Google, Microsoft, Netflix. I mean, I'm looking, here's our hot list right now. And this is from eSignal. And it will just give us some names, that are popping off right now. So I'm already in the queues. That's popping apparently. So SOXL, that's just going to be, what was the price? This was really cheap, right? It was the last time it was SOX S, was $1 or something. SOXL, $50, so that's down 7% today. The semiconductors, right? I mean, I don't really know why that's down. Oh, that's the inverse. Okay, I was gonna say, all right.
Yeah.
All right, so that's why that is there. And just trying to look to see what else is going on. We do have a good little movement in Tesla right now. That's near $400. Let's have a quick look to see if we can get some trading going on Tesla. So good bounce, perfect bounce actually off VWAP. We really like that 3 times. Basically comes in, holds it, comes in, holds it. That's, I don't know if we can necessarily count that one there as a hold, but we like that play. It seems like anyways for TSLA. We'll see if that does have a hold opportunity and maybe a break of 400. That's actually not looking that bad right now. Market doing nothing despite this very active. Palantir, obviously on the pullback, PLTR, again, down through 160. I don't like the short here, but, the long doesn't look the greatest either. It needs to at least pull underneath the 25, underneath the 50 period moving average. Good opportunity for Palantir to potentially get back to 158. We'll take this, man. We will take that 200 period. It was great right there. No problems for me at all using the 200 level there on PLTR. We'll see if we can get that. And then, USO, we can have a quick look there. You see a new 52-week high right there for USO, and we're up 13% now on United States oil as that just keeps on going, up 44%. We already talked about MobX there. There's Oracle up to 160 again, up 3%. So that's a looker there as well, maybe for Oracle. Other than that, BBAI, let's go, man. There's BBA up 9%. There's Marvell and IoT, both one's up 20, one's up 18. So those have been good days so far there. But yeah, it's just SPY, Qs, Nvidia, IWM, SOXL. So it's kind of all the stuff that we're looking at right now is hitting on the scanners. Put your requests in the chat, right? I mean, we're here to help out. If there's anything you guys are seeing, we'd love to participate with you. What's up, Adara?
Amazon participating in some selling right now. The news has nothing to do with this drop. It's just kind of dropping, but I want to keep you guys posted. During the midday, I mentioned CNBC reportedly reporting that Google said they are much like Microsoft, allowing their customers to continue using Anthropic's Claude, just not for government contracts. Amazon now saying the same thing. So let's repeat here. Amazon, Google, Microsoft, all reportedly allowing non-governmental customers to still use Claude from Anthropic. Not massive news, but just a bit of an update here with regards to what's happening. I'm seeing a little bit of a pullback if I get news on said pullback here for Amazon, but I think for the market as a whole, I'll keep you guys posted. Back to you.
Well, yeah, Amazon, I mean, a little bit of a pullback. Amazon's breaking the low of the day. That's not good.
Oh.
It's not good for Amazon. It was holding up so well. Yesterday, look, Amazon was the literal opposite 24 hours ago. Like 24 hours ago, we were talking to you about how Amazon was trending higher. It was a long in the afternoon, pressing back into the top, and yuck, 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 yuck. Not a big fan of that. Patrick just said Boeing's dumping. That can't be. Boeing was, whoa, Patrick jam. Oh, pumping. I read that wrong. Boeing is consolidating up at this top. I feel like if Boeing could get going again, that could be something. Boeing get going. That could be something this afternoon. But I'm inclined to look at Netflix. Excuse me, sorry. Yeah, you know, sometimes I try to hold, like, hey, maybe I could have gotten to the mute button. There was no chance that time. No, Netflix, I thought VWAP would be something, but it's actually consolidating off of like 98.7 or so and putting in some higher lows. So if it doesn't get to VWAP for a dip, this one, you know, I still probably prefer VWAP, but if it can hold at 98.7 the next time down, that could make sense. MobX is doing a pullback, so the other thing I'm looking at is MobX from the high break. So this is the high break in here. You can see the support that it's put in. I can draw lines so it's like visually easier to see. There's the morning high. There's when it finally breaks. Hold, hold, hold. So that's the area. I'm gonna say like about $1.15 or so. That's where I would look for a shot to try to jump into this MobX print as well. So let us know what else you guys are watching here. Yeah, Boeing's been great today. Really hope that one continues higher. If I should have kept that one as a pick.
Yeah, I like Boeing. Dara's got that one. That was a good one. Okay.
It doesn't get enough credit for the defense aspect, I don't think.
No, I like
people focus too much on the whole, the issues that they've been having.
Yeah, they have NASA contracts and everything. So I do. Yes.
Bo Kelly Ortberg, go.
Yeah, we like the management there. We like Boeing's done really well for shareholders.
Get on Kelly.
Not many stocks even up this year in that, but Boeing obviously a good one there. So I mean, lots of stocks up, but Boeing's like one of those blue chip names that you can get at good valuation, I think, too, right now. All right, like trying to find names that are moving around. We did exit out some more of our TQs because it is looking like we're trying to break. So I'm actually going to get out if we break right here, 48.20. I had a lower offer breaking through, but honestly, man, there's no point. 48, let's just go 17s. If we break that, we'll be out. I have like maybe 15% left or something on this, so nothing really to write home about or cry about if it breaks through. So we did really good, man, getting out as we were talking, and we've just been sitting here hosting, talking, having a good time with all of you. Let's check out what IBIT's doing, 68,000 right now. So Bitcoin going to be down on the day. It really hasn't broken back through VWAP at all yet there today. It was a great VWAP trade early and has held it all day. We're going to go underneath. So, you know, the bulls today will lose. Obviously, the bears will kick in unless we can somehow break above VWAP and close above the average price today. I don't know if that's going to happen now for IBIT, but nice move down. And I think I would love it to come to VWAP and short into VWAP. Doesn't really look like that's going to happen. BMNR will go the other way here as we'll talk about it with Tom Lee and see what his stock is doing today. BMNR down another 6%. And wow, this actually looks like maybe a flat bottom break possibly on the minute chart.
On the daily, it's also looking like
right here is not looking the greatest either. A little bit of a low.
I think it's like a break to the low.
But yeah, this could be a breakout through the $19 level.
Remember, ETH lost $2,000 today.
Yeah,
I think. Look, I think BMNR is. I think that's if we get another leg down after 70,000 didn't hold and 2,000 doesn't hold, I think BMNR is going to be a good short, relatively speaking. It's got to be. Here's a name that we got a bunch of questions.
Okay.
Well, a few people asked about AAL. They were like, "Can you look at AAL?" And someone said, "I would like you to look at AS. I like that look on AAL as well. If you could give your thoughts on it." I always preface this by saying, I think I probably once in my life traded in my personal account, like Air Canada, but I've never been a fan of airlines. I just feel like it's like there's certain businesses that are just really, really tough. And this is one of them. I always feel like they need to be a utility, man. Some businesses are so hard to run, and AAL, it's like an EKG here. And when you see something like this, your best bet is to try not to ever think about getting it on the way down. Like, look at all of these downward presses here. Like, even this small one. Why do you need to try to figure out where the bottom is? See when it starts to go, just buy that. Like, oh, now we're going the other way, just buy this. And this is another down one. Don't need to get it, just buy that. Forget about that. Buy the higher low, higher low, higher low. Get that. It's every single time it goes down, you're just better off sitting it out for like a month and then buying the upswing, and then you're so much better off. You're in the downswing now. And I know it's an easy thing to be like, yeah, but the whole war it's all temporary, travel goes back to normal. Yeah, that's great, but these stocks do this all the time. They just up, down, up, down. And if you're guessing at the low, then who knows how far it's gonna go down against you. Instead, pick up that higher low. When you get a higher low, you can then risk to the bottom, so you have a better structured trade. You know where you're getting out anyways. So that's my take on it. I probably did this once years and years ago in like Air Canada, but yeah, I don't like the airlines, and for now they're in that bit of a downward swing. They can be great when you catch them in the other direction. And it's the same thing, the cruise lines are kind of the same thing too. The difference would be, if you look at the cruise lines, I'm gonna pull up CCL if it wants to cooperate with me. Load, oh yeah, having some trouble there. There we go. The difference with CCL and some of the cruise lines is, well, have a look at that chart. Yes, you get the same big pullbacks and long trends, but the difference should be obvious. Notice how that's an uptrend. Notice how a lot of the airlines aren't. If I was gonna try to look for a buy the dip reversal and buy some higher lows, I'd do it in something with a general uptrend instead of something which is going sideways. Because that allows you to potentially even hold it for longer, as opposed to knowing you're getting out at the top because it doesn't want to go any further. Anyways, that's my 2 cents. I guess it ended up being more of a plug for CCL if it starts to turn, but it is what it is. Adara?
Here for the situation in the Middle East. Al Jazeera reporting, citing a U.S. official, that apparently the aircraft carrier Ford, which I looked up and that appears to refer to the USS Gerald R. Ford, which is a notable aircraft carrier. Regardless, this aircraft carrier reportedly left the Eastern Mediterranean and it's crossed the Suez Canal, currently active in the Red Sea. So they've got an aircraft carrier out here. We're gonna have to wait and see what updates are from there. Again, that is a report. Al Jazeera citing a U.S. official. Back to you.
Thanks, everybody.
I feel like that's like, if you so much as see an aircraft carrier, like in your field of vision, and you are opposed, let's just say you're opposed to it, you must crap your pants.
Right, huge, huh?
Those things are freaking gigantic,
Yeah.
and you know just the sheer annihilation that they can bring with them. It's crazy, man.
Scary for these kids.
There's one of my favorite all-time movies. Well, most people probably never heard. It's an old Martin Sheen one, the Final Countdown.
Okay.
Basically, the USS Nimitz, which I don't know if it's still, at the time it was like the #1, it was like the biggest aircraft carrier.
Okay.
It goes through a wormhole and comes out of this wormhole back before Pearl Harbor. So now they've got this moral dilemma. What do we do?
Okay.
And they're a single aircraft
Is it a
carrier.
movie from the 90s or something?
I think it was in the 80s.
Okay.
And like all they could, like, trust me, it's like they know if they want to, they can change everything with just a single aircraft carrier. But it's like, what do? Do we try to get back home? Do we mess up? Do we basically mess some ish
Martin
up?
Sheen, eh?
Yeah, Martin Sheen. I forget who else in it. Pretty good.
I thought
movie.
Charlie Sheen. I thought you were gonna go with the Hot Shots part 2.
Yeah, but that's jokes. Was it Kurt Douglas and not? I thought it was Martin Sheen. Kurt Douglas was in that too.
Who knows?
The
People
chat's
will be
I
able
have no
to.
idea. You guys are undefeated. I'm old. I don't remember stuff.
Yeah.
MobX is trying to bounce.
Yeah, let's go.
But I'm trying to think. I still like 115 a little bit better, but it's looking like it's breaking trend here. So I'm going to try and snag the 20s if I can to jump in. Maybe give it a tight stop, but 15 seems like the better level. Of course, the second we try to get on the bid, it's starting to go. But MobX volume, it's okay, but it's not where it needs to be. Like, it's not really flying around here on volume, and nothing is that I can even see. Like, here's the sad thing. Like, I'm pulling it up, and I'm complaining about the volume not going crazy, and it's the only small capper that's up here. So, like, out of all of them, it's the only one. Just heard 13G for Tempest AI. Looks like Kathy Wood has bought more shares of Tempest.
Yeah, TEM is the symbol.
Yeah, is that actually moving?
Probably a little bit on that. No, not really.
Not really.
Just letting you guys know that we were pennies away from getting stopped out on this trade, and then all of a sudden this happened. We wind up getting our 37, so it's right here right now. We take another piece out, so this is starting to turn out pretty good. We now have 10% left of this position. I got some out there when we broke through view up at 30, but I think I talked about that. And then the other offer that we had was right here. That's it. So no more offers, and until we break that low. And if it does break it, then we're out, and we'll go on from there. Like, nothing's hitting on my scanners at all. I was gonna, you know what I want to do? Someone in the chat asked about Firefly. Adair, what was the news on AIFF? I mean, these guys were a former, yeah, exactly. So they had used yesterday, 2 days ago maybe, Adair, because that was the.
So this did come out. You're correct. Thank you, Sean. On Wednesday, Firefly Neuroscience is announcing apparently they're going to be expanding their commercial footprint by greater than 20-fold. So, press release, more or less, here for FFA or AIFF. I forgot they changed their ticker.
Okay, thanks, Adara. Yeah, so that low looks like it comes in around 50 cents, 60 cents there. Nice little bump up here. You're getting $1.95. You're just touching the 200 period moving average right now. Firefly looks good to me here, as it's going to continue to go a little higher. Generally speaking, these names, once they start to bump like that, they will retrace back. So I think it's actually a really good sign here that Firefly continues to hold the bid. I mean, the same thing happened yesterday as well. You know, that early, this is yesterday. Yesterday, or is this today? No, that's yesterday. All right, we had an up day yesterday. It showed on our charts, but maybe it was at the end of the day. But pretty flat there yesterday. And then this is what I mean. Like, this is the big day where it bumped higher, but you can still see it. Like, it closes high. You know, then yesterday it closes high again, right there. And then we go, where's yesterday's close? Right here, you know, near the high of the day again. So it's looking like Firefly then gets bumped up here today and is holding some bids again. So it just looks like, and maybe I shouldn't use that on a 1 minute chart. It might have been way easier to see here on a 5 minute chart. But, you know, so there we go. So yesterday into the close, right, makes a move higher into that. And then today holding out again. So I feel like it's really starting to mature up a little bit here, Firefly. It's not like it doesn't have memory. It's been up here before, and it looks like it wants to hold. So for me, if you guys are in this name, I honestly like breaking back through 175, maybe 160 or so might be the dropout zone for me. If that's what winds up happening, you've already rode this whole move out. That was the breakout. I don't know what would have caused that. Like, that's not a huge level to break out there other than pre-market highs. There it goes through the pre-market highs and then just is holding yesterday's high. So I would think that it's okay, and it could break that. There's no problem there. I would just like to see it kind of break what it did earlier today. So I think you're sort of fine on Firefly until it breaks below 150. And if you want that big runner, then you kind of got to hold on to it a bit, right? So if you don't have it already, then I would say if 50 cents is in it for you, if you take 500 shares, it's $250, probably affordable for many of you. That would not be a bad risk to reward ratio there, as it sounds like it was a macro story there, not just like, you know, maybe getting a contract or the word Nvidia is somewhere and it spikes up and then all the way back down. So their product in more and more. I'm not even sure what Firefly does. Oh, neuroscience.
Neuroscience?
Yeah, that's right. So,
oh yeah, of course, because it's Firefly Neuroscience.
Yeah, we did have that.
We had them on the show.
Yeah, we did have them on the show. Yeah, that's why. So Firefly, and again, a good one there. And I just like the fact that it's holding for a couple days, right? I mean, you get like a name like a Battle or something like that. That's clearly a trade that's going on oil. I mean, you could see the difference between what this looks like. Like, this is shot up, then right back upside again, then down. Then we get a big green candle there. Now you're up again, but down right now on, you know, making moves lower, while oil is actually holding out, I thought, pretty good. The last time we looked, we just looked at USO. Yeah, so oil's holding out good, but Battle's going
down. Go back to that battle chart. Remember yesterday we were talking about scanners that are getting built here?
Yeah.
Well, sometime this week. But if you look at the daily chart, one of the scanners that I think would be cool is it's not just that it's doing like abnormal volume, but specifically put out a list of things in the last, call it like week or 2 weeks, that have had like a volume spike, like biggest volume spike of the last, call it like 180 days, right? So it did something in the last 2 weeks that it never did in the last half of a year, and then spiked higher, and then it goes back to doing nothing. And then when it spikes a second time, that secondary play Because what ends up happening
That's probably
is,
too complicated for our scanners, but there's definitely
no,
you
that's
can
what
do
I'm
that
saying.
on
Like,
e-signal.
that's what I'm saying. Like, do that on if you can find that, because I find so many times it's after one of those stupid squeeze stocks that, like, yeah, it did a nonsensical move. When it just goes sideways for long enough, even the smallest volume spike actually gives you a trade where you have a low to work off of. Outside of trying to buy it into that parabolic first move, you can get it after it's been barcoding for a while.
I just heard power hour.
It is power hour.
Yeah, no, I think that's good, and I think that is pretty easy to make if you actually
Yeah,
sat
you
down
could
and tried
easily
to do it.
e-signal. You do it for sure.
Oh yeah, and I think you could even make something like that that would scan some of these opportunities for
just
you.
need
More outs on the Qs as we get a little higher here on the Nasdaq. Kadera, what you got for us?
What I have for you guys, couple different stories. MSOS popping. I'm seeing some speculation that there could be a cannabis rescheduling announcement, quote, imminently. Not much to say on this, and as you can see, like, it's pushing higher, but not overtly so. If I get more details, like sourcing and timing, I'll let you know. But also keep an eye on the market. NPR reporting that the U.S. Customs is working on a system for the refunding of tariffs. If I get more details on that as well, I will, of course, keep you posted. Back to you.
Funding of tariffs, eh? That should be
How exact-
exciting if
don't
that
understand how
actually
that
winds up
works.
happening. President Trump, of course, says no to anything like that. But yeah, what the heck is even that?
But there's not even a fair way to
Don't
do
be
it.
rude.
Yeah, there's no fair way to do it anyways.
Well, I'm not, we're here in Canada, of course, but I thought that it was basically, deemed to be somewhat illegal to charge those tariffs.
Yes. Well, but the thing is, even if you pay back, like, here's the thing, even if it was illegal, and let's just say that I own a company and I was importing widgets, and like you basically paid like an extra like 10 grand or whatever. Okay, but what if I passed on 9,000 of that to my customers and they paid it? And then I just get the 10 grand and I get to pocket that.
Yeah.
Like that's
good for businesses.
Like it's great for businesses, but like that's such an obvious kick in the junk, which goes counter to what you would in theory want to happen. Like there is no just way to reverse it, which it just sucks. MSOS, nah. I feel like
You go the hot stepper here.
yeah, usually this has been, every time we get excited here, it just ends in disappointment. So I don't know if this is going to be any different. To its credit, at least it's on a pullback. So there could be something here for this next week. In hilariousness, you guys know 420 is always a thing on this stock. So 420 does make sense. If it gets to that level, I would expect you could see some action off to 420. I don't think we even have locates to be able to fade this. Oh, we do. We do. So if it gets to 420, I think that could be a little something.
I know John Joe's watching this TQ position probably. There it goes, man. We just get it right there up into 60 again. So another out at this level. I'm just like, I wish it looked cleaner than this, but honestly, I'm just sitting here having some fun with you guys, taking offers when they come through, and it's basically the rest is history. All right, so Uber right now, looking to see, that just hit a scanner, I think a day high. Yeah, looking to break through right now, the high of day break, 75.50. I really like Uber for the long term. I don't, right now, we've had a nice little rebound there. We're hearing that Tilray's popping. I was just about to call it up.
Same.
Yeah, Uber, good level there, up into 78. Looking like it is having a little bit of a problem there, trying to get through our good friend, the 50-period moving average. So there could be something there. But yeah, nice little pop up there. And oh, there it is, TLRY. That's what I wanted to. It's a Nasdaq stock. So $7 and $7. That's actually, I think that's pretty high for Tilray, isn't it? No, it's not. Okay. Yeah, it was just $8 last week. So now into $7.30. There's a little false pop there for Tilray. I say false pop. He's probably not going to continue to do this. But anyways, all right, let's go over to Neil. Then it's in the power hour now.
Be a false pop it tomorrow.
We'll
or
look to
by
see if
Monday.
there's anything going on.
Well, to see if there's anything going on, you might want to check out volatility because it creates movement. And for sophisticated traders, movement means opportunity. Beta Pro by GlobeX offers Canada's first and longest running suite of leveraged and inverse ETFs, built for sophisticated investors who understand the risks of leverage and the importance of precision. It's triple leveraged bull and 3x bear ETFs tied to the Nasdaq 100 index are designed for daily tactical trades, providing amplified daily exposure and giving traders tools to engage with both upward momentum and market pullbacks. These strategies are currency hedged, seeking to offset US dollar exposure back to the Canadian dollar. For those navigating short-term market moves up or down, Beta Pro offers the flexibility to act with conviction, whatever that looks like for your individual strategy, objectives, and risk profile. Trade tactically and learn more at betapro.ca. You can scan the QR code in front of you. And as always, a reminder, those leveraged ETFs, great for trading, but the decay is going to get you if you hold on to them too long. So often you get questions about that. Or the worst one, I always feel the worst when in the morning there'll be like one of those ETFs does like an actual adjustment and they're like, why the heck did it? And I'm like, yeah, you got to understand you can't hold these for too long, everybody. Back to, we were talking about MSOS and Tilray for a quick little second. I don't know that it's obvious that it has to come back in. It's not that it's not that this is impossible that you can continue, but Tilray, if it doesn't, I'm just saying if it doesn't, the usual pattern for reverse split is at some point you fade. I didn't realize this was true. Tilray's held the bid since its reverse split. I know that was just positive news, but that's still, if it breaks 689 or whatever this is, the usual pattern is, you make that fresh low. And as usual, shorting after the up move on a reverse split tends to be gold. But I'd be looking out for that. If there's nothing further of this story next week, Tilray is probably way better than, you take the flat bottom breaks and be better than trading MSOS for sure. Commodity King saying look at UiPath. Why are we looking at Path? Volume today? Is it moving? Load it. Well, it's not down that much. Hey, breaking out the high on UiPath with overhead resistance from yesterday. So it's on the move a little bit. Volume, meh, nothing extra. You need to take out that top for sure. See, that's the kind of thing if you've already gotten into this in VWAP, that's great. But when it's running into yesterday's high, my first thought would be if it doesn't have something specific that's causing it to go up, let it press, look for the trend break, and then try to scalp it into VWAP. Because at least that way it breaks the trend. You might have a stop at the high, which is a tight stop, or at least you can have like a tight stop off at the trend line break. So that's what I'd look for on Path, only because it's going into overhead resistance. But there's also not a lot of volume. And they got earnings next week on Path. Nice. Next week we still have, it's not over. We got Oracle next week. So there's at least a couple of interesting names. That's a big one there. So UiPath apparently as well. I think there's a decent size IPO. Maybe we'll get some kind of an update on SpaceX. I'd love to hear that at some point.
That'd be good.
There's been radio silence since that rumor. Like, I don't know. We get one rumor about SpaceX at the beginning of the month that it could be in March, and then absolutely nothing after that.
Yeah, maybe Adair's heard something on SpaceX. But I just want to say, like, Tesla right here, bouncing off of VWAP, upside. I'm shorting if we get to 401.50 or so on Tesla if it comes in. I'm not worried about how much time we have left. I think we have enough to do something. So we'll wait for 401.50 on Tesla. And a very, very interesting name. And yeah, it's a chalk name, that's for sure. It's Nvidia. But I was looking at this myself and thinking, this might be something. Just looking at what Nvidia is trying to do, it's breaking lower right now through, come on, mouse, honestly. Right there, okay, so now, damn it. Sean, darn it, what kind of language am I doing? Yeah, that was a mistrade. We're going to, I almost, just as Neil was talking, see this move that just happened? I was going to say to you guys, I'm going to go short on this 50 period right there. And I didn't do it. Should have. Darn. Anyways, all right, so that was that play. If we do get a move back up, well, what about just a 180 move back? We could get that. It just dropped right now at 40 cents. So it was just 180.20. That's what got me thinking. I was looking at some charts, man. I was running through charts. Someone on the chat said something about Nvidia. So I was like, let me go check. I haven't looked at that pretty much all day. Was my number one stock all week. Not today, though. We were short and then we were long. Just didn't able to do anything with it. But yeah, just trying to find out now. That was good, man. That 50-period downside breaking lower. We saw ORCL already. That was flashing. We've seen, you know, I don't know, I haven't looked at AMD, but I'm assuming that's a little down. Down 2% here. There it goes. Oh, that's too bad. All right. So if we can get something back to 180, let's go short. I'm going to put an offer there right now around 180 and take it. Here it comes. If we get a little bit of a bump up, we'll take it. And then we'll short it basically against, right now it'll be against 180.20. So we're looking for 20 cents at least on the first bit. And this is kind of the mentality that I do. We've sort of talked about this. And that is that take the trade based on, take the amount of shares based on where you think it's potentially going to go. So like my stop rate here is only going to be 20 cents. So it does give me a little bit of room to put on a decent position because, you know, it's come up to this 50 period before and smoked itself down. So if it comes up there again, I think it's worth a little bit of a look. So we'll take some shares at 180. Then our second piece will be right around the 50 period. And then if we, you know, lose that by 10 cents or so, then we can punch out. So this is something I'm trying to get a little bit better at, picking the spots here. And I think we found one for Nvidia. So 180 upside there. Tesla was a good idea, but broke lower on this move as well. Wow, Nvidia just collapsed there. That's really too bad, my guy. All right, so we're out of the futures, fine by me. That just dropped through. And we told you we only had 10% left. And by the way, as you were talking, there's another out on the 50-period moving average. Like, getting pretty good at hosting and talking and trading. And there it goes. Take that out for no loser right there, Joe. So we go bang on that one. And, you know, you don't ever want your winners turning into losers. And I mean, right there, we get that high. That was a good one. We get more shares there, get it out. We don't get that high, wasn't sitting there. And then boom, 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 all outs, and then get out still for a winner as we break that lower here on the futures. I don't know if we missed a story there, but if you rewind 230, I think we were saying risk off, if you remember. What's up, Adara?
Just came out, I'm seeing like 7 seconds ago, but Oracle and OpenAI reportedly ending plans to expand their Texas data center site. Oracle, another blow for this company. Back to you.
Or just check this chart out on Nvidia, honestly. Like you can make your whole week on that. Like I mean, I wasn't gonna take that many shares anyways, but there it goes. Like we were just talking about it, big volume spike. You can't predict that. I'm not going to be like, wow, that was such a great trade. We don't have it, but we talked about it. There it goes, breaking lower. You mentioned AMD. No,
AMD
you mentioned
also broke down.
Yeah, sorry, I mentioned AMD before, but you mentioned Adara Oracle. So let's go have a quick look at Oracle. Oracle was at 154, wasn't it? Yeah, 158. Oh boy. So what was that story? Oracle and OpenAI.
No more. Sorry, breath. No more data center expansion plans for Oracle and OpenAI. No more data center expansion plans in Texas.
Like canary in the coal mine.
Wait a minute.
Kind of thing.
So are they scrapping? Like, what was they had already? Didn't they already? This is the one.
They were expanding this data center.
Okay, so now they're not expanding.
No, they're not expanding.
They are not expanding.
Reportedly. Okay. Was it Bloomberg that was reporting?
Who's reporting that?
Because
Not seeing the source yet. Sometimes it takes a while to show the source.
Where?
Is it Bloomberg?
I see Bloomberg, yeah.
One I see does say
I say Bloomberg.
okay.
That
Why
makes
is
me
it
think, that makes me think long. No offense to Bloomberg or anything. It's just we've seen so many tech names plays happen with Bloomberg that, yeah, I know that it is Bloomberg. Adara. I see it right here on our screeners as well that it's Bloomberg. But okay, I just don't know. I can't really wrap my head around. I'm gonna have to see the former stories about this and see what I think this means for Oracle. But yeah, downside play there.
That's when you thought it wasn't going any lower, this stock.
I was going to say maybe it's a dip buy opportunity for Nvidia then. But okay, yeah. Oh shoot, come on Nvidia, load up, man. My chart's not loading. So Oracle might be bouncing back a little bit there, but it's Nvidia that is not. That's 178.50. If we zoom this out just a little bit to see where we are now on the okay. We are, wow, oh, right. That's not a horrible risk to take. That little low is 177.80. We're not low enough yet, though, on Nvidia for me to do that. That just stopped out there. We could take a 178 fill.
Broadcom just went red, and that was super strong.
Yeah, I mean, Nvidia was strong today.
Yeah, all these things were
the afternoon.
AMD's looking bad. That was,
We could play off that bottom.
all the short prices. AMD just finally broke the bottom.
Should I punch in, Mick J? Is that what you're saying over there? You want me to punch in?
This gets to 92. If AMD gets to 92, that's kind of the spot. That's not there, though. It needs to get
90,
to.
oh, one, yeah, one.
It just broke 94. 92 would be the level on AMD where I think you could get a little bit of a turn. Was that a dare again?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have more context for this story. So again, this Bloomberg report suggesting that OpenAI and Oracle no longer talking to expand their Texas data center site. Apparently talks to lease this expansion site have broken down. However, Meta, according to the same report, is in discussions with a developer called QCQQ to lease the expanded site. META has been trading in a range all day, and this has not changed the state of Meta's range. Back to you.
Okay, I'm gonna try a bid here on Nvidia, knowing that it's really light. Try to see if we can get like a quarter of a unit or something like that, right around 178.50. I just put the bid in. I thought I was gonna get it. Like I bid like the bid price, and it just shot up. So 178.54 is where I'm at, and I just put it in there. So if it falls back in, good on that trade, and we'll take a long, and I'm gonna go against that recent bottom there of 178 flat. I mean, it was 178.30 is the most recent bottom. We can try to get a little bit of shares here, and then get a little bit more as we get closer to 178, then just use 178 as our stop there for Nvidia, because like if Meta's gonna lease out the space anyways, what the hell do you think they're leasing it out for? That's okay. If Oracle can't do it, Meta can.
Oracle's bounced huge already.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, well, because of that,
Oracle's,
maybe that reason.
Yeah,
like,
Oracle, because I mean, if Meta's going to do it anyways.
Wow, we had an opportunity.
Oracle was, yeah. I think I didn't see that other headline fast enough. That's sort of the thing. If you'd put that together really quickly, the Meta jumping in, it's already back into VWAP, so you could see a little bit of a turn. Oh, that's right, 315. It's a Friday, so obviously I'm going to keep an eye on the imbalances. There were a couple of big ones. Like NU's been in a balance to the upside, like every day this week except for today. The only significant one today is actually not that big, and it's FCX. Freeport's actually at the lows. So it's on its lows with a 1.7 buy and bounce. We'll keep you abreast of anything that shows up there. Wait a minute, is that OB stock? BW?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's an oil name. I didn't even know. Someone pointed out before about it being an oil name. I was like,
Oh, it's got a buy and balance on
I
it.
didn't know it was an oil name.
That stock doesn't do a lot of volume, so maybe that could be interesting. 700,000 buy balance. Maybe if OB stock comes out with 1 million, that would be significant. If I see that come out as 1 million, that could be a bit of a, look for the scalp trade. 30 minutes to go till the imbalances come out anyways, but yeah, Oracle all the way back. That was a really good chance.
Yep.
It's almost through VWAP.
Good job, Mercasis there in the chat was saying punch in. I think you're right about that one. Unless you meant punch short, then you're wrong. Yeah, right back to VWAP there, making me think about a 157 short on Oracle. Sometimes when there's smoke, there is a little bit of fire. So we'll offer some here. See if we get, there we go as well. Now we'll wait. We're gonna wait to see. That VWAP is really just a little, like right here, right now. That's 157. I'm gonna put my stop at 157, like, basically, let's just see a break of it, which it's probably going to do right here. Small amount here. Let's see what we can do with this trade. And hey, man, look, if it breaks, it breaks. We'll get stopped out, but I think it's worth it. I'm going to cancel all those Nvidia things that I had near the bottom there. We don't have to worry about Nvidia, but we'll go short some Oracle right now, right here at 90s. So we'll see. Good spread, though. If I could take advantage of the spread, we'll do that. Bid. So right now, good spread, but now it's closing. Ever since I start to close it. So right now we are, okay, there we go, we get the fills. So I just took a little bit, we were short at 87 and we get stopped out. That was hilarious. So we closed that spread at 70s there, made 17 cents on 20%, then it breaks through the highs. This is gonna be a fun one to trade. And, oh, wow, here it comes right back in again. I'll try it one more time against that level because that was kind of fun to trade that. I like how this is moving right now. We just did get stopped out. We can, okay. All right, we got back in, bless you. We just got right back into that trade. Let's effing go right now to the downside. Yes, bang, that's the trade that we're talking about, you guys. There it goes, man. Now $1 in the money on this Oracle trade. We back in it, baby. Nice move to the downside. We'll take some fills down there, and now we'll wait to see what happens. Wow, this is gonna be a violent name, needless to say, but there goes Oracle. Nice move to the downside, man, and yeah, just having some fun. Like I said, I even just before I took this, I was like, this stock is fun. Let's take it again, and we just do that. So nice little downside play. Wow, I can't believe that. We got 74s there on Oracle. So, all right, that was $1. Now, here we go. We got it again. Let's go to the downside. Another downside play here for Oracle. Maybe we got this one here. I don't know, but nice trade. We're out of half of this one already.
Yeah, nice trade. I'm looking for one trade here. It's going to be the one imbalance that we have. It's pretty unique, but it happened twice yesterday, so I'm going to go for it. which was top imbalance name. This takes FCX and clean downward trend. It's a buy imbalance into a downward trending stock. Both NU and whatever the other one was yesterday. I think it was like Archer, randomly, with the same exact thing. They broke the trend before the imbalances came out, so I just punched long when they broke trend. I'll do the same thing here. I got a stop order in, but it has to show me that we're breaking higher. And the other thing too is I will also keep track. If this, look man, if this buy imbalance goes from 1.7 to like getting cut by a significant amount, then I would cancel the trade. If it grows, like if it goes from 1.7 to 3.4, I'd probably just take more shares or something like that, or I might just punch in wherever it is. So I'm going to be watching this on the imbalances. As you said, ORCL is there, but remember these ETFs with imbalances, they need to be so big for it to matter. So as far as I'm concerned, FCX is the only one of interest, at least for now. Yeah, Nvidia is right back down, unfortunately. I was looking at AMD. AMD making another leg down. This could see that 192 on AMD. That's the support from this. That's support this week. That's about the only spot where you could look for some kind of a bounce. They're taking it on the chin here in AMD. 3% down now.
Is yours really staticky in your ear or no?
Yeah. Well,
Okay, good. I just want to make sure it wasn't my my setup.
I
is
thought
staticky
maybe it
or
was.
no?
Yeah.
Okay, no, it's not. It's not us. It's Bloomberg.
I just thought maybe it was mine.
Yeah. So, all right, we just got a nether filter at 30. Okay, here it comes right back in again. So I just want to tell you guys, I am starting to empty said. Oh man, no, I think there is something wrong with that. Maybe our Unity. All right, maybe if we can reboot Unity again, I don't know. We'll go over to Adair. We just got some more out on Oracle. We'll try to hold a little bit here, guys. What's up, Adair?
I just want to let you guys know another AI-related story. I mean, I'll put up Morgan Stanley's chart, though it's not really going to move this stock. But Morgan Stanley reportedly is going to be tapped by Cerebras, which is an AI chip maker, for its $2 billion IPO. So we know OpenAI IPO potentially on watch, SpaceX IPO potentially on watch. I have another one, Cerebras, that is again an AI chip maker, reportedly $2 billion IPO, working with Morgan Stanley. Back to you.
Mine. I'm just going to disconnect my AirPod.
Yeah, mine sounds better now.
Mine
sounds good.
Okay, now, guys, now as you go, here you go. It says my device is unplugged. Yes, it has. All right, see ya. Okay, there it goes, babe. We are now $1 in on this trade. We have just slightly less. We have about 40% left as we're just taking out little baby pieces. All right, that low, we just stopped out at 150. We didn't stop out, but that move stopped. 155. Let's put another bid at 155.50. We'll see if we get that. Then we'll go to 155 like 20s, and we'll see if we get that. And then hopefully we get lower on Oracle. Man, this is really making it a special day after all. So there's the face slapper, man. I mean, look, this is what I'm talking about. As soon as we got the news in there, I mean, this is what we're doing. We're sitting here trading live, giving you guys the news, trying to break it down for you, trying to make some money, and there it goes. It's Oracle. And look, man, I'm just showing you, like, trading the news, right? I mean, we were in on TQQ, you know, and then once those levels broke, like, talk about trading something that was so calm, right? The Nasdaq was basically doing nothing, and then we were able to get out on the highs, like just showing that, you know, support and resistance kind of trading. And then once it breaks, we get out clean and we don't worry about it. And all of a sudden, some sort of a story hits. We let it sort of figure itself out. Comes right back up to VWAP, which props up, man. We love the VWAP trade. Then it comes back in, we take it. You can't be scared to take trades, right? We talked about that a couple times. So we put the money in and we get the money out. Like, it was our first trade, we got it out. Like, that was, we lost. We didn't lose that much, but we wound up losing. When it came back, I was like, okay, well, let's just try one more time. I didn't like getting stopped out through VWAP, and then the move came right back in. That's dangerous to do that, but again, we had the same kind of stop again. So now we'll push it down, and we'll see if we can make a little bit more money here on this name. So, hey, this could still go against us. We've now taken enough money that it's not really going to matter, but here we go. Let's watch out for Oracle right now and see where it goes from here. At least it gave us a little bit of excitement here into the close. All right.
Binu.
Yeah, Sean's. Sean, that's me. Why you did not short Nvidia on that news?
Why you know?
It will be bad for Nvidia and AMD. Correct. I would think it would be bad for them, but then we got that story. Yeah, I mean, I put that, I was going to go short this, and then I flipped over to Oracle. I mean, I was even telling you guys, I'm going to set up this trade up, and we just didn't do it. So yeah, I think you're right, Vinu. Why didn't I do it? I mean, right here, Oracle right now is my second highest P&L, and maybe I don't know what everybody else is doing here, but it's a great trade, and I just went over there and made money. I'm $1 in the money right now on Oracle. The best thing I could have really done on Nvidia, you can't get that first move. I guess I could have got that pop, and it would still be about $1. So it'd be $1 in that. And yeah, no, I mean, I'm just sitting here doing what I'm doing, man, and hopefully you guys are doing something similar. So we're now $1.30, $1.40, $1.50 now in the money on Oracle, and we've got it, man. And so, yeah, really, really happy to be sitting here and getting these trades. So again, thank you for the super chat, and I think you're right. Looks like it's bad for everybody, but Pikachu, I choose you, and you are Oracle.
And remember the news for those there's a lot of people still asking what the news was. Effectively, OpenAI and Oracle will be not expanding a data center in Texas. So that was the headline. Adara?
And this also comes after Oracle yesterday reportedly cutting some jobs and, I don't know, slowing down hiring in the cloud infrastructure segment where they expect to make hundreds of billions of dollars in revenue by 2030. Yeah, in case you guys don't know, I have a personal bias, but yeah, ORCL, not a great couple of days for them news-wise.
So I'm guessing you don't think they're going up after earnings next week.
Here's the thing, Neil. What I've realized, I've thought long and hard about this. I don't care what they do after earnings because my thesis remains unless I see something fundamentally different. As of right now, I have it. They missed on sales the last 2 quarters, so even just a mild sales beat could be enough to lift them. Again, I do not care because I'll be looking through that 10K once again, and if I see stuff that I still don't like, I don't care the reaction.
That's the thing. If you actually and especially if you like a stock too.
Wow.
In this case, you hate a stock. But if you like something for a fundamental reason, then if they want to crap on it during a quarter, that can be a nice buying opportunity for sure. I've felt that way about cybersecurity for a while, and buying those depths has definitely been worked out. Both of those have actually ran today. I don't want to look again because I promise you, if I look at CrowdStrike now, it's probably given up a bunch of. No, it hasn't. Okay, good. Crowd has held on some of these gains because the Nasdaq's tanking, but it's the chip names that are going. But Crowd has been absolutely fine buying the dip after their earnings. They look pretty good, up a point going into today. And I think next week is going to be a big one for them because that earnings top, that's a breakout next week about 4:30. So I like you, Pan W for sure.
Love.
Oh, I might
love Oracle short. I cannot
add that
believe
one
we
next
got out
week.
of Oracle at 317. Thank you, Adara, for that one.
Thank you very much, Dara.
Okay, you have no idea how much money that saved me. Okay, there's Oracle right now. We are now, Neil, we're not $1. We're not even $2, Neil. We're $3 right now in as that still keeps going down. We still got 20% of this trade on. And yeah, just what a great afternoon here with this story. I mean, sometimes they just come out of absolutely nowhere, and that was a good one there. And, you know, as Vinu said there, look, I don't... you asked why we choosing Oracle over Nvidia. I think now when you're seeing $3.25 in the money, maybe that would make a little bit more sense. There it is right now, AMD downside as well. These stocks are all clapped, man. This Nasdaq is dead on this story. All right, Meta, let's go. Oopsies, that's the wrong Meta. Let's go check out Meta right here again. 640, okay, probably still holding out okay. Meta.id, okay. Let's see what this is doing. Yeah, it's not even really doing anything. We just broke through VWAP, so that was good. I mean, still a bad move for Meta. I mean, it was probably at 647 there, downside. We could see, I'm just trying to check out the non-obvious names right now. Come on, charts. Google, okay, so a lot of these names are still holding out.
It's only chips.
You know, I actually just said $3, right? Now, the face slapper is $4.
Daymaker.
Now, yeah, big time day maker right here, month maker, anything, depending on how many shares you got. There it goes. Now we're almost $5. Now we are $5 now in the money. This is $2 as I sit here and joke around with Neil over here about this. So there it goes. Look at this trade. Bye-bye. See you later. It's Oracle. It's the money trade of the afternoon. And no problem, man. There it goes, the downside. It's funny because we got stopped out of the first one, and then we just put it right back in, and all the way to the downside is Oracle completely collapsing. And where could it end? This is what we zoomed out and looked at Nvidia last time, and it did not hold any of its bottoms. So right now, will Oracle do the same? I don't know, but there it goes, man. Back to the downside there for ORCL. We're just straight chilling, man. I might just go get another coffee right here. We only have 15% left of this trade, but oh boy.
Oh, that's hilarious. Danny Boy's Disco Pants Emporium. We'll say it for you every single time. If you had a time machine, you'd go back 10 years and hire Adara as your lawyer. That woman is not to be trifled with or taken lightly.
Right.
That memory is on absolute point. No questions asked. I think we had a... Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say thank you for the kind words and the super chat.
Yeah, no problem.
Absolutely. Is that Rich Elk Ick? Rich Elk Ick. Hey, bros. In at 95 cents on MobX, worth holding over the weekend for 167 or take profits. Nobody's here to tell you what to do with your trade. I think the most important thing you have to consider is, what was your plan going into it? Right? Like, you've got a defense name with in the middle of a war, and they just got a contract, so it's a pretty good catalyst for MobX if you happen to like it. And if you've paid yourself, I always look at it this way. Like, I've swung trade, I've taken swings on penny stocks before. I used to trade penny stocks. I've always believed in the pay yourself and then let it ride to a certain percentage of it, whether it's 50%, 20%, whatever it might be. Like, you have the retrace through $1 and it looks okay, right? But it gave you 30, 40%. If you've paid yourself into the prior high and you're okay with throwing a stop on it for like 80% or so, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm a believer in that mentality, understanding that you're trying to shoot for the home run. And if you're trying to shoot for a home run, then you have to try to hold on, man. That's just part of the game. And AJ8, Hyundai P, there are some SPY editions potentially tonight. Potentially. We could see SoFi. Certainly the other one that's going to be a bigger one is going to be, I think it was like VST. Vertiv. Vertiv is number 1, and SoFi is going to be number 2. So that's what we're thinking for. So if it's going to be a mover, it'll be at 5 o'clock, Adara, usually when we get the announcement, correct?
More or less, yes. So unfortunately, we won't be here with you, but if you follow like any of the main stock accounts on X, they will keep you guys posted for sure. Unfortunately, I will be not be manning TTV research at that time, but there will be, as always, posts coming out throughout the weekend. So stay tuned.
As always, I appreciate you, Adara. That's what it's all about. She brings us the news. When we got that story with Oracle, with OpenAI as well, and she'll keep us abreast of anything that happens pretty much ever. That's the best thing. That's the best thing, Adara. Appreciate you for that, for sure. Yeah, it looks like you're getting a bounce off the lows on that headline. I saw in the chat some people saying that realistically this might not be that bad for Oracle. Ball doesn't lie, but I think the big story is, okay, what does the late money do? There's one thing to keep in mind when we get to like 350, in the last 10 minutes, any companies that have those buyback, if a company has a buyback program in the last 10 minutes of the day, you're not actually allowed to buy. So that sometimes does put a little bit of pressure on stocks where you might anticipate there would be dip buying. And if you were a big cap tech name that has a buyback, you see a move like this, oftentimes that's when a program could get put on, and in about 15 minutes, then you cannot do that anymore. Nothing's changed on the locator, more or less the same thing for sure. Poji, I'm just like you. I'm certainly praying for SoFi to get an addition. But late money is the most important thing in the world, and late money is selling it this afternoon, unfortunately. So it looked like we were going to have a decent end to the week. I don't know. This is ominous. Last year when I went on vacation, it ended up being a huge buying opportunity. It was in March of last year. I'm like, yeah, okay, this is what we were doing. And then it got even nastier. I don't think we're doing anything like that, but you're starting to get to the point. Lower highs off the lows on the Q. Don't like seeing that. We got to support level set, but we just put in a lower high after bouncing, and we're post Nvidia earnings, and we're post Broadcom. All the big names have given us their numbers. They've all been good, and we failed to even break some resistance, like some key resistance in here. So I really don't like what we're seeing with the overall market, everybody. It's looking pretty nasty out there. If you haven't been taking profit, personally, I suggest it's not the worst idea. Like Nvidia, right on our support, right on our 200 period moving average. If we don't bounce off of this next week, there's going to be a lot of people thinking about that exit, because we've been going sideways off this for a while. And, well, you know what? I actually want to answer this question here, because LY says, there goes Michael Noss theory for today. But if you think about what he was saying, that's on a different time frame. And if you're thinking about like the whole buy the dip is valid as long as you hold these support levels. So I don't think that's necessarily broken yet. Like there's blood in the water right now in this moment, but you haven't even broken down post-earnings support. So what happens on Monday after we get to these levels? Well, if it's exactly the same thing where we get boom, consolidative day, and then up higher, then we're just in the same channel. All you've done is go back to where we were on Monday morning on this story. So in the grand scheme of things, it's actually not that crazy of a move here in Nvidia. You always have to keep that in perspective. Like if you're a swing trader like Michael, then I don't think your thesis is gone yet, right? Let's be real. Like it's all about your time frame here. Like if you're a long-term holder of Nvidia, maybe you're considering trimming if we lose this bid at 175, but it hasn't happened yet. So, you know, Michael Nas is a swing trader. My guess is if he was buying this consolidation, he probably has a stop at some of those lows, which as bad as it looks now, it hasn't still broken them. So you got to keep that in mind.
Oh, come on. I just got a message from TurboTax. No, it's not tax season yet. I need to get started.
I got mine last week from those guys.
Shut up, Joe. Yeah, I need to start immediately.
January. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, man, me and Joe go back and forth.
It's the first holiday in January on the U.S. holiday. Usually I'll be like, I take that day and I start my taxes because it's like the U.S. markets are closed and I get the day off and whatever. It's like a ritual.
Yeah, no, I got to do it, so I stress out. Last year I was coming here with papers every day for like 2 months, and Joe kept asking, what go on? And eventually...
AI, baby.
AI, yeah, no, TurboTax, it should be easy to, it's very easy to do.
Oh, it's super.
It's not even AI, it's just forms.
No, it's forms, it's all.
Yeah, it's like, how much did you make? You know, minus $100. How much did you fill it out and you get a tax return or not. Or the last time I got a tax
Oh, you mean refund?
I'd love to get a tax return.
Well, you always get a return.
I get a return, but I get never a refund, basically. So we'll hope to get a refund this year. Actually, I don't know if I will. And the problem with, and the reason why I take it obviously so seriously as traders, you have to. I mean, we, and this is not, we're not accountants here or anything like that, but we got to pay our own taxes on the money made as income here, right? And so when you're trading at a prop firm, and this is the prop firm we trade at, we're trading it here at Real Trading, and they don't take off taxes, so you're responsible for your own taxable income reporting, and it's self-reporting here in Canada. So, you just make sure you keep all your trade receipts and, whatever income or trade statements you have, maybe monthly, fill them out at the end and put a number in, and it'll spit out how much you owe. So, yeah. All right, just now 12.5% left. So good, we got about 5 or 10% out there, and we're just trying to take these things out. I'll go until whatever. That's 154.50. It seems like it's calmed down a little bit. I'm just going to put that 154.51. If we break it, we'll get out of 100% of it. That is your 25-period moving average. I know it's going to be influenced by this move down, but honestly, with only 15 minutes left until imbalances, less. 12 minutes left until imbalances. It's a Friday. Oracle might be on the imbalance locator because it's New York.
It's New York stock.
No, I don't see it right now, which is fine. But anyway, it doesn't matter, irrelevant. So I'm going to wait to see if there is an imbalance coming through on Oracle. But if not, whatever, we're going to stop out where we stop out. I'll put another bid right here at 152. You never know if you're going to crank a little lower, but you know where our stop is now. So that's part of the way you got to trade. You got to have your ins and your outs. So all good on that one as Oracle continues to go down. Oh, stopped out. Yeah, that AVGO, sorry to hear that easy.
It's an early look buy.
Early look buy, okay. Sorry to hear about that easy peasy. I mean, I would assume that probably just happened. I don't think there's, look, with Marvell doing what it was doing today, and we talked about,
There's nothing you can do when that news hits.
I didn't get out of Marvell either, right? And and if you had calls heading into the close, the only thing I would say to you, easy peasy, is, manage your trades. Because if you were short, then this advice would be opposite, right? And you would be like, what kind of a stupid advice was that? But remember when it was 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and we were talking about, risk off and everything like that, and heading into the weekend, potentially the market would go down. Now we get this Oracle story. Obviously, we're not expecting that, and that has nothing to do with it being a Friday. But it's just, that was part of the risk there. And you could see like a stock like Marvell that had great earnings, downside, and I own these names, so I'm not like I'm happy with what we did on Oracle. But in the long term there, IoT also fell down. This was another big stock that had a great earnings. And I wouldn't be surprised if even if Big Bear felt there we go. Like this was up 9% there, you know, whoosh. So, you know, does any of these things affect, you know, the body scanners at Gillette Stadium that are installed by Big Bear AI?
Risk off.
Yeah, it's a risk off. And there it is, man. We get stopped out of Oracle and boom, shaka-laga-laga-laga. Good trading there. We did have that 12.5% left, so ho-hum, we'll have to take $2.50 on our last little piece there. But yeah, really happy as we continue to, you know, watch out. It doesn't look like I was actually trying to scan to see about the Maple Leafs.
Modern game developer pro tip: trade with your TFSA options with Webull. Hey, shout out to Webull. They have not been doing very well. So you're Canadian. If you're, for the American viewers out there, a TFSA is our tax-free savings account. So many Canadians would have, like, you have your retirement account, your RSP, and then usually you're more active in your TFSA. That's how I approach it. If I buy something, what do we do?
We got a lot of things. Where's Russell? I thought there was no trades made. So it looks like Maple Leafs get a second-round pick in 2027 and a fourth and 26 for McMahon. That's not great. And then we get a third, it looks like, for Scott Lawton. So we're just reshuffling the deck here a little bit. No, but that's first. That's too bad about McMahon. He was a free agent. So, but yeah, it looks like that's gone. So I'll have to tell him that when he comes through. Yeah, okay. So not much going on for the Leafs. They get a couple picks there. So it's nice to see.
For everyone that keeps asking,
yep.
Everyone's like, why is this happening? Why is that happening? We'll just keep the headline up every now and then. This is the headline that is dropping the market. Oracle and OpenAI in plans to expand Texas data center. Although I just heard something in my ear, which would seem
remains on track, I heard.
That's what I heard too. Is that true?
I just bought Nvidia on that rumor. So we're long now.
I just heard on track. Is that correct, Adara?
Yes. You don't have to ask Adara. I heard it. It's on track. It says Nvidia. It says report is. And remember I said who reported it? It was Bloomberg. Apparently now they are on track right there. That's what I heard, and I heard it clear as day. I punched into Nvidia here. It might not work out, but let's just see. It did spike up a little bit. You know, ball's not going to lie at the end of the day here. So if this continues to go down, Nvidia, then we can get out. We're not punching into a huge trade here by any stretch of the imagination. Oracle, obviously something there. That spiked Oracle to 155 and change. But here's Adara with the exact story I told you.
So CNBC is saying here, citing an unnamed source, that apparently the existing plans for Oracle's data center project with OpenAI remain on track. Now, again, this headline also kind of vague because it's unclear specifically what remains on track, because we know, like, this was just an expansion, right? But regardless, as we get more details, I'll let you know. CNBC citing a source basically saying that whatever existing plans there already were for Oracle's data center project with OpenAI in Texas, those do remain to be the same. Back to you.
So here we go, man. We'll take a nice little fill there on Nvidia as it's starting to go back to the upside. We get some 178, 178's flat. Now we'll wait. I'm waiting at 178.15 or 16. It's not like moving around here as much as I would have thought it would, but we do take that fill there on Nvidia. Now we go long. So we'll make money on short on this story, and now hopefully we'll make money long as we get back into this name. So shout out to Vinu or anybody there in the chat that was talking you know, to me about these kind of trades. So now we're back into Nvidia. So maybe it's good news then, Vinu and everybody else for Nvidia. But I'm going to stop out if this breaks 177.40 right now on the downside. That was basically the low that we just kind of ticked out near. So we'll see if that can work out for us. So Neil's long AMD.
Somebody should get punked for that if that news ends up being fugazi. But they never do.
No, I mean, Bloomberg's done that before. I mean, I was telling you already. I mean, we made like you mentioned there, man, day maker on Oracle, and then we'll see if we can do something similar here on Nvidia, but with a little bit less shares.
There's less time to go here. By the way, FCX did finally break that trend line, but yeah, AMD. The second I heard it, I was like, was it? Second it was confirmed, I punched into AMD, because that's actually the chart that I had up in the moment, but it's starting to stall out, and we have 7 minutes to go. FCX is still in a bounce of 1.8. It wouldn't surprise me with all of this turmoil if we actually see some of the chip names on the locator today. Like, I would fully expect a decent, look, it's not a guarantee, but a decent chance that we might see some good numbers. It's Friday, lots of volatility, so if we find some of these things on the locator, I'm going to go with tight stops, because if all of a sudden all of these names come with sell imbalances, you're not going to want to get completely rinsed. So I've tightened the stop up to break even. FCX, I just said whenever it broke the trend line, I was going to get in. It did. It's still a buy imbalance of 1.8 million. But I do want to be ideally out of this trade before it has to come out, because if it comes out smaller, it's going to immediately smack down. So that one, we'll see. We have 5 minutes to go till the imbalances come out. And once again, we have a massive story, which turns out to potentially be, I don't want to call it a lie, misreported, I suppose, would be the...
We don't know. I mean, CNBC's reporting one thing, Bloomberg's reporting another. Like,
well,
who knows who's,
you know what, in these cases,
who knows who's right.
anecdotally, Dare, tell me if I'm wrong, usually it's the story that comes out after, which would be correcting something earlier reported, is usually true.
What makes me nervous here is the existing thing, because it doesn't specify what these existing plans were. So, you know what I mean? It's really hard to believe whether or not the existing plans, like, who knows if the existing plans are what was reported, right? So that's what really bugs me with this story. It doesn't specify what the plans are. So I'm not saying either report is true or untrue, but I'm saying the wording of the CNBC report is vague enough that I still raise my eyebrows a little bit.
So to me, that's nice, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, right, exactly. Like, all you're really doing is trading price action. So, you know, the stops are in. If the story's false, I'll get stopped out. If the story's right this way, then it rips higher. And right now, it's not doing anything. So I think it's trying to figure out exactly, like, this is where I punched in, and that was 5 minutes ago. So it's still doing nothing at these levels. So, you know, we'll choose Nvidia and just wait to see if the pop is real or not. We've already got some outs at 178, but, you know, hoping that we can get a little bit more. I'm going to stop out at 177.40 if it breaks that low. That was sort of the low of this story. So here it comes right back in again. I don't know. We'll have to give it a go. But with those imbalances now 4 minutes away, I mean, if Nvidia comes as a sell imbalance, this thing's going to get crushed, right, to the downside. If it comes as a bid, it's going to rip up. So, you know, I would like to get this trade resolved, hopefully, within the next 4 minutes. And if not, our stop out is ready to go. And we will be stopped out. But hey, man, you traders got to trade, and we're trading this number, or sorry, this story. What's up, Adara, again?
More clarification from CNBC. They are not denying the Bloomberg report. All they are doing, and that's what I said with the existing, that I thought was really key wording, all they're saying is that the existing Oracle and OpenAI data center plan remains on track. They're not necessarily denying that the expansion was dropped. They're just saying whatever the existing plan was still exists. So again, CNBC notably not out and out denying the Bloomberg report. Yeah, long story short, the CNBC headline, which kind of bounced the market a bit. A little bit confusing. Market's still trying to work out how it feels about it. Back to you.
That's enough to just get it out. Like, there was a bit of a spike in AMD just there at the same moment, right into what was, like, it was one green candle that entire move down on AMD, and it happened to go right to that same spot, as Adara was sort of saying that about the story. So if we don't really know, whatever, I'll jump out of it. We have 3 minutes to the imbalances anyways, so I was moving my stop to the prior bar every single time, so might as well just jump out of that trade. It might be a good thing for the market here. I know it sucks when you get flushed out, but sometimes when that happens, if it gets bought up into the close, like, enough money could have, like, left that it kind of gives some buoyancy to us over the weekend and on Monday as well. So, like, you get everyone scared. A bunch of selling comes in. They're like, oh crap! Over the weekend, we got to get the money back in, and you could be gapped higher. We'll see. We still have 15 minutes to go, or less than 15 minutes to go till the close. Lots of time for us to get higher. But I'm jumping out after hearing, you know, more ambiguity, Adara.
Sorry, guys, I know I keep interrupting a lot. There's lots of news. Trump sending some of these defense talks higher. We know reportedly he was going to be meeting with these companies. He said his talks with defense manufacturing companies went well. They apparently have agreed to quadruple production of the exquisite class weaponry because we know President Trump wants to reach, quote, as rapidly as possible the highest levels of quantity. Here are the companies that he met with, and I'll go with the stocks as I go. BAE Systems, then there was Boeing, BA, which isn't reacting too much to this. Honeywell Aerospace, HON, not reacting too much. LHX, specifically their missile solutions, they're moving a little bit here. LMT definitely got a bit of a pop. Northrop Grumman also getting a bit of a pop. And Raytheon, RTX. Again, all of the companies I just named met with President Trump and Secretary Pete Hegseth. They're going to be meeting again in 2 months. Back to you.
Defense wins over and over again.
Yeah, I was just watching this Nvidia. We got some more out there at 178, but, you know, we're still waiting for that 178.15 price that we had targeted in the first place. With only a minute left until those imbalances, yeah, you do look for some spicy moves coming out there. We got another 98, so we got another piece out there. So that just triggered, so whatever, man. I mean, it's like 15 cents. Hopefully it goes higher, and we can take that 30 cents and hold on to a bit into those imbalances. But the imbalances are a little bit nerve-wracking for me. I just don't know where they're going to come out as. So, you know, definitely have the stop order ready to go and wouldn't mind getting a piece out with a minute left. You know what, let's just take another piece right now. There we go, we'll take a 98 again and we'll offer it out. We're still waiting, okay, here we go. We're at 16s, maybe we can get that right now. Just there it is, did we get it? Yes, okay, good, we got the 16s. Now we're just house money right now. So boom, so there it goes, man, another play, you know, for me to the upside here. We held on to it. Let's just wait to see where it wants to go now. So far, so good here on the move with Oracle and with Nvidia. I mean, we were able to do real well on both of these trades. So short side there, long side on Nvidia. Nvidia now 25 cents in the money. I'll take another piece right here at 06 if we can, and then just basically hold a little bit more. Let's call it 15% left on this trade, and we'll just cancel everything. I guess I'm not going to get my Tesla or Nvidia trade. You know what? Well, how about this? If this breaks 178, like 69, or sorry, 177, oh, there it's out, 177.69, let's get out. So, oops, wrong price. We are now out of Nvidia right there, so good. We just got out, now it's coming back to the downside. We don't have to worry. We got out at 07s there to stop the trade. I was fumbling with the prices.
But it's only 900,000.
Put the wrong price out there, but there it is, man. What a good way to end the day here on Trader TV Live.
Yeah, it's a 900,000 buy on Nvidia there. Intel actually somehow the biggest at 1.9 million. Nothing crazy here. You see MSCA is going to be 1.1, so it ends up being a nothing burger on the imbalances. IREN's a sell of 900,000. QBTS 850,000 to the buy side. MDLN, aren't they being added? Hold on a second. I'm 99% sure that these are that was supposed to be big today. MDLN is supposed to be a float increase on the S&P completion. It's supposed to be 3.9 to the buy side. It's only 700,000, so that will be insignificant. Nothing burger. FCX comes out as much smaller. It was anticipated 1.9. It came out as 800,000, so I just punched out. Ends up being a much smaller scalp than like the other stuff. Like Archer yesterday was 5 million to buy. NU was 8 million to buy. FCX was 1.7, so obviously a little bit less significant for sure. And do not forget, we might not be around when it happens, but at 5, there is an outside chance, cross our fingers, we could get some additions into the S&P 500. I would love to see it be SoFi, and then we'd have a nice trade probably on the third Friday when it actually would get added. David with the super chat, sometimes rage trades work, still not advised, go massive. QURE calls, just sold. That was that neuroscience, wasn't it? Or was that a different one? QURE, that was, what did these guys do again? I forget the story for these guys. I thought they were biotech. It's Firefly was a neuroscience, but a biotech stock you sold for 420% gain. Was that like earlier today, potentially? This was the stock that got absolutely destroyed on some FDA stuff and is getting the relief rally. Just goes to show. If you're a biosciences or whatever, you got one thing in the pipeline or you got one thing and you're hanging your hat on, a single story, and you can double, triple, all the kind of good stuff. But on the daily, great look. I wonder if it has any continuation in it, because this was just $23 at the beginning of the week. And so even with this move, it's not even halfway back. You do wonder if there's some continuation for it, but I don't know the story particularly either. So again, a lot of with the yada yada pharma, even if you read the headline, I always find it's like, I don't know if that's good or bad, unless you're really into the stock, which I'm not. Obviously, I've never heard of QURE.
No, I don't know what that is either. All right, guys, you're just watching this stock sell because it does have a buy imbalance. So I wanted to see if, IREN, that's one of Brendo's stocks there. IREN is down 8% today. Not great right there, but we'll see what happens on the imbalance. I want to watch, okay, so StockSell just pairs off a little bit. It was 1.4 million. The reason why I think this is an interesting name to look at, I mean, there's multiple reasons, but the main one comes in effect with, just very, very simply put, like, it's not going to be able to hold 1 million shares. Like, so this should be an interesting trade here near the end of the day and just to see where we go with it. So right now we're just trying to pay a little bit of attention here to SOXL as it's now that gets a bid again. So I just want to see, because the last couple of days we had seen some big trading opportunities on the Amex, and I'm going to go show you right now who's making all the money over here at Real Trading. Did someone have the Oracle trade? This is yesterday's though. This is today's profits yesterday. Okay, so we scroll down here. We're going to see these are the top traders at Real Trading. Someone yesterday made $156,000. So you want to know why I'm looking at Amex, my guy? There it is, Amex, 87,000. These are things that we don't even make these in a year. 87,000, 84,000, 79,000, 60,000, 24. So this is what we're talking about, guys. Big time money making up. Russell, the Leafs did trade everybody. Yeah, you saw that, okay. But anyways, tons of money being made on Amex. It makes me feel so silly to be sitting here and not putting up those numbers. But congratulations to those who are doing it. You've got something figured out there on the Amex, and it's a big one. So there goes SOXL, still 1.42 million. See, it's like it's a buy, but now it's starting to drop. So obviously there's something going on here with this one as well. And this might not be anything to do with it.
It's in theory. It could be, maybe it's USO, who knows? Like USO's in an up 12% today. It's guesswork. It's a matter of looking at Amex stocks because you see that. If you're at Real Trading, the idea is, okay, well maybe pay attention to a different market because clearly something is working there. So whether it's it could be SLV.
I mean, those guys are putting up years.
It could be
those guys are putting up a year in a day. So it could be anything. Yeah, we have no idea, but there it goes. I mean, just on this, SOXL right here has just dropped literally 40 pennies right to the downside and still has a buy imbalance on it. So, like, I don't know. Maybe this is pairing off with an Nvidia or something like that as it continues to move. But you could see SOXL, yeah, see there's Nvidia making a move down as well right now. So they're kind of going hand in hand here as that's making the move. So, yeah, this is going against, sorry, I've lost it. This is going against the buy imbalance right now and making a move lower. So, wow, what an awesome opportunity there, man. Those numbers are actually unbelievable, okay, there for a daily take. So, wow. All right, so there you go. 4 minutes left and, lots of money to be made there. Now I'm pretty speechless. So, all right, 4 minutes to go. Microsoft, CNBC says existing plans for Oracle's data center project with OpenAI remains on track. We've already read that story. So let's just go over and have a quick look at Oracle to see what it's doing. Yeah, so, lower right there. I was fumbling with the shares because it came out. We did get out of Nvidia. That was a good take, obviously, as we didn't do too much. That we bought that move, and our best out was 178.16s that you saw me take as well. But I'm just going to go over and just see, like, is this going to tank at the end of the day, like when that gets filled, or is it going to rip back up, or what? So I'm just going to try to watch out to see if I can see anything happening on SOXL right now.
Oh, the other thing, is that really true, KC? Did we hit 29? Almost. The VIX actually briefly broke the highs. We almost got to 29, so keep that in mind too. When was the last time you could say we're going to threaten 30 on the VIX? Let's go to 3 months. It's been a hot minute. It's been a while, but yeah, we're getting a bit of a spike in the VIX. Obviously, it makes sense with this kind of pressure going in, but something to watch when you come in on Monday. If for some reason anything happens over the weekend and that VIX creeps over 30, that's when it gets spicy. You break that 30. Now the funny thing is when the VIX gets all the way to like 50, you're thinking reversion at that point, like because it's gone too far. But when it gets to 30, you're thinking, can it make that other move higher? Should be a wild week next week. Oh my goodness, Oracle. If it's one of those, this is a bad time for that story. And this uncertainty to come in when they're the last guys to report. And they got to put up the juice on Tuesday or Wednesday, I believe it is. Tuesday. Okay, Tuesday.
Okay, Neil's gone next week. We'll have Obi here, so have a good trip over there. I hope you don't have any flooding issues. I know it's on your mind, so we'll see if that goes.
I can't control the weather.
Yo, what's up, Erie Pages? Thoughts on eating nothing but steaks the rest of the month? How much money do I have? My workout is...
Nothing but steak. As in, like, you can't eat, like...
I just bought steaks.
As if that's okay. It's one thing to say nothing but steak as your protein. Do you literally mean nothing but steak?
Yeah, I think he means the carnivore diet.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, my wife makes too much. I mean, I don't know. I don't. If anything, I think the best thing for me would be to cut out those late night munchies and things like that. I think that would be the best play for me right now.
It's super.
But yeah, and sugars. I think getting rid of sugars.
Sugars is one of the best things.
Yeah, like being
getting rid of
Italian,
sugar.
it's tough. Like, you know.
That's not easy though.
Okay, so there goes SOXL. So I was just watching it. Like honestly, a story about. When I'm seeing those kind of numbers, I just got to get it figured out. But so now I don't even see it. So now it's small. So it went down into 47.70. But remember, like we were watching Nvidia also bleed. So I think I need to do a little bit of pairs trading. And I didn't call those numbers up for you to show you just how much. Like there's over $1 million in the top 10 traders there, right? So I was just gonna say like, or maybe close to that. I have no idea what they're doing, and I didn't even know those numbers were there. So I just wanted to see there. So it looks like that does stay a buy. So we can try to pay attention to this over the next couple days and weeks and see if that trade still does pair out. Like take the long maybe in the last couple minutes, but then if this thing flips over, maybe then you punch out. And look, we can highlight it just by doing that, and you can also put it into your own watch list so you can watch the stock pair off. Remember, it was 1.4 million to buy. Now it's 718,000 to buy. So it's paired off half right now, and we only have 40 seconds to go. So we'll see where the final print is. Just a lot of volume going through, and you can see here on the volume scanner since 3 o'clock. So it might not have nothing to do with this, but we saw, obviously, SOXL is picking up speed, Neil, because we had that story. I mean, we got AMD, Nvidia, Oracle, Broadcom, all these names doing something. So SOXL, with only 5 seconds left, will still be a bid. And yeah, there it is. We are now closed on SOXL. Now, I don't know, there's the print right there, 89s. So the
47.89.
Yeah, the print came out as 47.89, so it didn't move at all. Sometimes you'll see like a big, so someone's caught right now, I think.
Oh
trying
boy.
to punch out, but
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe they're gonna get filled. They can just punch 80s there, they're filled. So anyways, yeah, good little trading there on SOXL. We'll figure it out what that story is.
There
on
was
that.
one day, it wasn't SOXL, but I know for sure it was a similar situation where you'd anticipate that, okay, it was showing the imbalance and you think it was gonna grow at like 58. And then when it didn't, and Obi was here and you could see somebody swiping the book to get out. Like it was very, very obvious in that moment. No, I don't. Well, no, he was sitting right next to me. But you could easily see in the situation where somebody was anticipating something was going to happen with that imbalance. When it didn't, they swiped the book right afterward just to get out. But there is plenty of liquidity. But that does suggest that, hey, someone was making a play in anticipation that it was going to make that move. But I don't think it was SOXL. I'm pretty sure that was on. I think it was on GDX, if memory serves, or maybe SLV, like one of the metals.
About tilapia only. Yeah, tilapia. I lose a lot of weight if I had tilapia only because it'd be coming right out. All right, man.
You couldn't help but lose weight if you did tilapia only. You would literally throw up. You'd make yourself sick.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah.
That would be a horrible diet.
Yeah, but you know, the last couple times you like the tilapia.
No, but that's not the type of thing you could have as. No.
Andre's vegetarian, or I'd ask him what he thought of the chicken. Fabian, did you have any of the chicken? You already gave it your rating.
He said it's Fruit Loops.
Oh, yeah, he said the Fruit Loops. Okay. All right, man. We'll get more ratings next week as we will be here with Obi. So join myself and Obi and then Joe. Everybody's, I think, is here next week. So enjoy the trip down there and send some pictures in. It should be good. Yeah, I don't think the Jays are winning much this preseason, but it doesn't really matter. It's just a preseason. So yeah, the weather. You said it's supposed to be 30 degrees. So.
I'm gonna knock on wood. I usually don't check before I travel because I feel like there's nothing you can do about it and you're going anyways. But I did check, and we're supposed to be sunshine except for Friday, and like 29, 30 degrees all week, which I'm happy about. But at the end of the day, it's really just about the memories with the family, right? As long as the daughter has a good time, that's what we're all about. So maybe we'll swim with the dolphins. I think we're trying to do something at the aquarium with the dolphins. My wife says so. She kind of plans stuff that's not baseball.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, swim with those dolphins. My daughter is a dolphin, with the Tobago dolphin.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
All right, guys, thank you so much. It's 4:02. What a great day it was today. Thanks to Derek for all that breaking news, man. I hope you guys learned a little bit there, trading the Oracle and the Nvidia there and the AMD at the end of the day. So, all right, everybody, we'll see you on Monday.
Have a good one, everyone.